Like some work. Y'all good? Y'all comfortable?
Yeah, focus.
Yeah, oh. On my face in front of the camera, sorry. So everybody good? Okay. So, we will begin started in 1 minute.
1 minute.
Did everybody get the,
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'm not going to be sorry, so.
Are you in my one?
Yeah, it's not about that. I just won't let me do that.
okay. So, welcome to another Super Saturdays. I am your girl, LaWanda, and we have
Dee
And Hope.
Elisa.
And Victoria.
and we are the ladies of DW 2.0, honey. So, we want to welcome you guys back. For those who are tuning in with us, we are talking about dating in this new millennium, honey.
I'm not with
They're
it.
still calling it dating in this time?
What are we calling it?
I don't know.
Bedship.
Hanging out, hooking up.
Well, guys,
Last thing I knew, it was like we go together.
listen. While you playing, like if you spending time with me, like, and we're together every day, we're going out all the time, we together. I don't care how you feel about it. I've already established that. I'll put it
In the atmosphere, put it in the atmosphere.
But why do y'all think that there's such a breakdown when it comes to, like, if a guy spends time with us, because they're more lax on their way of thinking when in terms of getting in a relationship? To them, you just kicking it, you just hanging out. To a woman, we together.
Right.
We
Yeah,
need to
you have my
establish it.
feelings.
Yeah.
You have my feelings.
But why do they think so differently? Why do you think there's such a...
Well, this is my theory on it. I think guys will tell you left, right, top and bottom, but they ain't scared of nothing. When it comes to a female in a relationship,
commitment?
whoo, they are terrified little babies.
But
Terrified.
So do you think... Okay, so first you got to establish, are you dating to be in a marriage or relationship, or are you dating to have a bedship?
Or a situationship.
So let me repeat that. Are you dating to work towards marriage and a relationship, or are you dating just for bedship? Bedship means you just trying to
Hit it.
basically.
Yeah.
I want to up.
You already know that it's
Can we change
established.
bedship to courtship?
because dating-
You're talking about companionship.
Dating and courting is the
I
same
don't like
thing.
bedship. I go with companionship because, I mean, I can have a bed partner, but he's just more of a companion
But
rather
see,
than
that depends on...
And there's nothing,
That depends on his intentions. Understand? Most of the time, he is the person that's pursuing. You understand? So he knows what it is that he's pursuing. So he needs to make it clear, or you need to ask just what it is.
Yeah,
because he is the one that is making the approach that's coming. So he knows what he wants you for out the gate. You know what I'm
Yeah, he
saying?
does. Yeah,
So
he does.
out the gate, he knows, okay, I want this pussy.
So that's why I said bedship.
I mean,
Or
you know what I'm saying? I mean,
usually both people have to be in agreement
Yeah.
to that.
You
That's
have to
why I
have-
say, like, a situation I have, you know, the bedship
Situationship.
is,
Bedship.
you know, an agreement. You know?
But okay.
but it
And
works
that's
its way to
that's
an
just the way
agreement.
it is.
It works its way to an agreement. You know what I'm saying? You kind of get in there.
You gotta
and-
test,
and-
try the shoes on before you purchase.
That's right.
Well, are you talking about the sex, or you talking about just the...
I mean,
Both of it.
For me, I think that people genuinely, because when you first look at somebody, whether you're a man or woman, more than likely on the man's side, he's already decided she's fuckable. She's not. He didn't decide what her personality may be.
Exactly.
But I've already
It's not
decided when
that.
I look at you if you're going to get pussy or not.
Yeah,
If
but
you're going to get some or not.
Okay.
But you know what? That's good.
It may not be
because-
right away, but I decided that if you, after talking, you know, looking at you physically, yeah, you can get this, you know. But after talking, then it's solidified.
Okay, with me, I don't care what you look like. You could be the finest dude that ever walked in. I can say, hey, you finer than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I can say that. But I'm gonna tell you, if you cannot stimulate my mind,
Yes.
I am sapiosexual.
Yeah,
I am sapiosexual. I'm telling you, if you cannot stimulate my mind, nothing else gets stimulated.
You know,
Nothing else
I'm
gets
there.
stimulated.
Closed like a steel trap.
Hey,
that's
If
what I'm
you
saying.
can make me my mind work in
Okay,
overtime.
since y'all say that, since y'all said if you can stimulate the intellect, you can have intellectual conversations if you have a sense of humor. Okay, what if he has all of that, but then when you get him in the bed, he sucks like really bad? Is that a deal breaker?
You mean he actually sucks? Like with his mouth?
That's not a deal breaker.
I mean, if you're not at that, I mean,
He really sucks. Right here.
Okay, no. So, because you gotta be so specific on the things that you ask for when you're dating somebody. So, since that was the first thing that y'all said, I think because it sounded good. Oh, he has to stimulate my mind. He has to do this.
That's what it is.
When it comes to the intimate aspect, he could be romantic, like waiting to
All day
excel,
long,
and
yeah.
he's
No.
but he's not doing anything.
You
Is
know,
that a deal breaker? Or
if you-
I mean, you can teach him. So
If you're not willing to
believe in
give,
teaching.
if you're not willing to help out and say slow down, then why are you dating? Because you're all
some people
old
don't
enough.
want to teach.
but you gotta tell him what you like, how you supposed, and he's supposed to just
Yes.
automatically
He
know
can't.
what you
Nobody
like.
can read anybody's mind.
That's part of the communication, though.
Right.
Remember, it's part of the communication.
That's right.
But you think
Stimulate-
people are having
Keyword.
that conversation early on, and how early is too early to talk about your do's and don'ts with?
Oh,
Okay.
likes and
But
nots.
it depends
Yeah.
on what you. Okay, so if it's just dating, and there's no commitment with that,
Okay.
do you have that conversation then?
Yes.
When you say dating, you mean no sex. You mean you're not having sex, but
Dating, like you're dating different people.
you. Oh, I don't know. See, we're talking about two different age groups.
Wait,
Yeah, dating does not really mean sex.
See, this is the
Oh.
beauty because we
Because-
have different age groups here, so we kind of.
I'll
Exactly.
explain like when I was
She
in my
said, "What are you
20s.
doing?"
When I was in my 20s, I dated guys, but I only slept with one. But I would date guys,
Okay.
and I would let him know I don't have to be the only girl that you're
you
dating. But I would prefer if I was the only girl you were sleeping with. If that changes, we need to have a conversation. 'Cause I need to-
What is that case? What is
Yes.
dating without sex? What is it? Can we put a definition
talking.
or?
It's spending time together, getting to know that person. You're still kind of feeling that person out. See it if you have those things in common. The things in common that will keep you, interested. That will keep you interested past the sex.
That's too much.
No,
That's
like,
why I don't date.
Okay, here, I
That's
got
too much.
something.
That's why I don't date anymore.
I got something that'll help. Okay, talking, we've exchanged numbers, do things on a friendship level, and maybe even have had sex. We're testing the waters to see if it's a growing interest. Dating, we're spending time together doing various activities, movies, bowling, concerts, as friends with mutual interest in each other, but we still are allowed to talk to other people.
Okay.
Then we have friends, we're just friends and we hang out. There's no sexual interest there. The dating exclusively, we're dating, however, we have cut off all other people we're interested in to focus on us getting to know each other better. And then you have the relationship where we've made a mutual agreement to become a couple. It's just you and me, no one else.
Okay, again, that's still going to be a conversation.
It definitely
Because even with having definitions, it's still going to be in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, it's
your
kind of like
perception.
where do you want to go with this? Because I don't want to be putting all this effort and time into something and you
Yes.
just want to be my friend.
And I don't want to walk around
But
with
Yeah.
that's why I
Yeah.
said you have to establish, are you dating
Okay.
towards a relationship or you just want to have sex with this person?
Or we just dating.
If they
So at the end of a date, we're just
Okay.
having sex.
If-
You know,
Okay, because do we want guys to just come up and say basically what they want? Because we always say that we want the truth. So if a man come up and say, listen, how you doing? My name is Charles. An old school name.
Oh.
You know, I think you're beautiful, but I just, you know what? I think you're beautiful, but I don't want a relationship right now, but I just want to smash.
Look, here
Is
we
that
go.
acceptable?
Here
Would
we go.
y'all take
This
that?
Yes,
is
that's
my-
acceptable.
yeah.
Can we have a
That's
friendship smash? Because I don't want to
That's
smash
acceptable
you, you know?
because I know what you want up front.
Well, and this is
You see what I'm saying?
I would respect
Then
that.
that's like throwing your cards on the table, and I can either pick up some of those cards,
Or you can leave 'em be.
or I can leave them be. You see what I'm saying? I can
Give
say,
it the option.
look, it's the option because I can
Yeah.
turn around and go, okay, really, you just want to splash? Okay, check this out. So my card, no, it's due. I mean,
It's a lot
this
of
is
guys
something
that
about
get
us.
mad.
If
because
you're
they
old
feel
enough to
like-
ejaculate, you're old enough to calculate.
No, because they feel like women. Wait, say that again.
You're
good.
old enough to ejaculate, you're old enough to
Can
calculate.
I get that written
Okay,
oh, well, you up here talking about you want to fuck for a buck or whatever. This is what I'm telling you. Because women devalue themselves, they let men devalue them. So a man, it's okay for him to come up to you and say, I want to smash. We just met tonight, but you know I want to smash. But a woman say, okay, I'll get this bill and you be paying. Oh, but you a gold digger. Oh, I don't know you like that, but you know me like that.
But you want to know me like that.
You want to enter my body. You want to come into my body.
This is something that you explain to the guy that this equal opportunity
That's
here,
right.
instead of them thinking that, well, damn, if you're looking to get something out of
I
me.
want something out of
Okay,
me.
so
I'm saying.
say they give you money.
too abrupt, don't you think?
What?
Yeah, what's too abrupt?
So it's
After me to
ridiculous.
smash, well, the first thing you say to me is I want to smash. That's
But
fine.
women say they want an honest
So, but I
guy.
mean, it's giving you the option to say, you want something, I want
Let
something,
me
let's
see.
work
Let me
out
hear
a
what she
deal.
gonna say. What she say?
I'm still pondering on it. Like,
What if a guy approach you and say, I think you're beautiful, I'm
I
not
want to
looking for a relationship,
smash, but I got a
smash.
bill due.
No.
No,
The
that's
guy
what
is
she's
saying-
saying.
What she
She's
just
stuck
said.
in that right now.
Well, the guy is saying that he wants to smash. The woman is saying, okay, if I'm gonna do that, I need a bill paid.
Or
Like
something.
Or something. And I used to be, but what you're saying is, that's crazy. You're saying, a bill? Come on, talk
you
to
just
us.
want the sex just to have sex.
I mean, I would rather for it to be just like that. If I'm interested in you in any type of way, I mean, shit, I might be just as upfront as you. Okay, yeah, you're smashable. Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh.
And that's
Oh, so you
cool.
don't want there to be any stipulations. is what
I ain't
you're
trying to
saying.
have you sniffing around my front door after this house.
Or back door.
Okay, so cause she just want to give up the cookies just to be giving them up because she wants it.
And guess what?
No, I'm just saying-
This is it. This is what it's all about, choice and
Yes.
having the ability
To
to
make
choose, to make your own choice. And
You
I
read
mean,
about that.
anybody who is down with that, that's cool.
That's cool. That's between
That's
you
cool.
and that
Exactly.
To me, sometimes you can say that, like, because that app Tinder, everybody knows about that.
Yeah.
So when dudes, I put in my bio, I ain't trying to hook up, but they still come with that. The first thing they say to you, hey, you want to hook up? Like, okay.
Oh, you agree?
Like, they
I'm
want to
just
smash.
mad.
Okay.
Like, I want that truth. I want that honesty that this is what you're trying to do.
Right.
But it's also kind of like
You can read right
But
now.
you know
Read
what?
over there.
No, I
You don't want him
really
because you
think
can't
that
read.
everybody is real hypocritical in terms of
Yeah.
if I say I want honesty, but then when a guy gives us
Yeah,
that raw
I'm
honesty,
kinda
we're
shook,
oh,
like,
Well, I'll tell you.
dainty.
That is why me and the guy that I am currently talking to right now, we have those conversations. And, you know, I was like, this isn't going to be, I'm not going to make this awkward or weird for me. I don't know how he's going to take it, but I'm going to tell you right now. You know, and somebody's like, oh, I think you said, oh, you told him that? You know, I told him flat out, hey, I like you, and we're having a great time. I don't want to rush anything with you, but if in the foreseeable future something happens, I'm good with that.
I like shit and I want shit.
Yeah. I'd like to see more of you. I mean, I did.
But the thing is, my only problem with that is that we tend to let guys make the decision. Well, I'm gonna
Yeah,
be,
you're right.
I'm gonna be
You're right.
waiting and available for you when you're ready. In the meantime, I won't deal with anybody else because
Well,
I'm waiting on you.
We
So
also
it's just
had that
like,
conversation of, and I told him, you know, you're the only, and I told him, I said, I want to have this conversation because I want you to know that you're the only person I'm sleeping with, you know, and I wanted to know where he stood as well, just so for protecting myself. And he said, well, you know, I can't sleep with somebody unless I like them and I like you.
okay, so how long after or before y'all had sex did y'all talk about that?
You know, I want to say we had a conversation like
Before.
right after.
Okay, what about having a conversation before you
Look, it was late
That
and we
way-
both had to get work. And
Look,
I'm saying that way, if he decided to dip after, then you already knew
For
what
me
he
at
was
that
about.
time, I was just like, look, I've had a shitty day. I need
A
my body
release.
needs this. My body needs this.
So you were trying to do your best.
Oh,
I call.
and I did. Headboard.
Okay.
I've never seen that.
But for some reason, I think people have made the, sex or the ideals of sex seem so nasty and forbidden.
That is true. That
And
is
so,
true.
in terms of when you're dating, if you're a female and you have multiple partners, because this may be considered you living your best life, why is that not okay before a guy? Oh shit, dude, damn, you a pimp. You're great. You're
Right.
you know.
Well, me personally, I have, so I date people, like I'll go on a date, you can pay for me things, you can buy me things, but I do have that one go-to person I could go to if I wanted some, McLovin. But then also, if that person
Some
falls
Mac
through,
loving or some Mac loving?
but also, if that person is acting up, I got about 2 more that I could call.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's how you play that game. That's how you play that game.
That's dialing.
And that's what
D-I-C-K.
oh my God, I'm not.
You gotta at least have about 3 or 4.
But also,
You
like,
make that
I sauce them up. Like, that, when you talk about the conversation ahead of time, that's where, like, the texting come in. You meet him off Tinder, I talk to him for a while. I'm not just gonna bed you automatically. I'm saucing you up, I'm trying to feel you out where you really want to go.
That new age stuff.
That's my word. I made it up just now. But yeah, I'm saucing you up and feeling like, where do you want to go? Because we can just be this, but be my friend too. I don't want to just smash you.
I think with dating, period, I think that even if it's just a bedship or you're working towards a relationship, I still think, Larry said that's bullshit, Dee Dee. Okay, that part of what you said was bullshit, Larry. You know what I'm saying? I still think people, the foundation of relationships or dating, no one wants to build a foundation.
and I'll tell
It's dwindled over time because, shoot, I've been married twice. I don't think I'll make it to a 3rd one because of the minds of guys these days. They're not in it for the long haul. They're not in it to build upon something. Shoot, I know guys that don't even have their own home yet.
Yeah, that's what called homosexuals. They are homosexuals.
I saw you make that post. But let me ask you, okay, since we're on that topic, in terms of standards, because you said the guys aren't built like that now. So what is your typical standard for your ideal mate? Or
So
the
My
what do you
ideal
want them
mate
to have?
what do you want them to have? What are the things that you
My
value?
ideal mate would
Before
be
you say
the guy.
Before you say it, this is 2-part. Do you embody?
Can I answer the first
No, because
I can't think that
because you
far.
got to think on your answer.
Okay.
Do you embody the things that you want somebody else to have?
And
Because
that would be my ideal guy, the guy that embodies the qualities that I have as an individual, independent, have his own home, have his own car, ain't living with his mama, taking care of his kids, all that.
you want to get more specific.
And then
if you're not specific,
I'll get a little bit more specific.
they'll take care of his
Specific girl.
I'll get a little bit
You're
more
gonna get a psycho that take care
Yeah,
of his
If I'm putting out in bed, he gotta be able to reciprocate.
Wait, so when you say if you're putting on a bed, you mean he gotta be able to give you some or
Look.
be good? I'm just trying to.
I can speak for this. He gotta be able to, speak for his. Okay, so you gotta match me in that because
That's
you know.
almost impossible.
In the sense,
That's almost impossible.
Now, this goes to the other thing, back to what you were saying about that one guy you go to. I have it to where it's just one guy out of the many that I have, probably experimented with. It's only one guy that if I need it,
Yeah, okay. I have that one guy. That's what I'm saying. I have that one person, every time he was,
and we have a history.
I'm talking about I got that one person. I may date other people, talk to people, but if this is just what I need, I can go to that person. Now, if that person want to be in a relationship, let's build. Like, I want you to have, I want you to sort of kind of have, it's okay if you have more than me, it's okay if you have less than me.
Right.
But in order for us to establish a relationship, I'm looking for something where I'm able to build with you. If you're not wanting
I
to
can see
build
the
it
potential
all,
in you finding out.
like if you're having that ambition to do
Potential.
more.
So you're dating potential? No, I'm not.
I might be someone else's ideal of potential only. I might not be their golden one.
Yeah.
They might look at me and say, she doesn't have all the qualities, but I see that potential in her of somebody that I want.
Can you call it ambition to do more?
I guess so.
Because I want you to have that ambition to be able to do more.
But the thing
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Not even if you're not right
That's a
there.
double-edged sword with that because you can say that you want somebody to be ambitious and they can be a talker but not a doer. So I
Well,
think
that's why we need to start paying more attention to
But
action.
see, that's where dating comes in. That's where the getting to know. a person. When I say dating, I'm not talking about somebody sleeping with the person. I mean, because you could be sleeping with the person while you're getting to know the person, you know, too. It just depends on whatever it is that your need, want, is at that time.
But do you think when you sleep with it kind of taints? Because a lot of the relationships will start being based on the sex and not actual building with that person.
And I kind of find that the gap in intelligence sometimes, because it's like, okay, we can do this, but you say you want to get to know me and be in a relationship, but when I come to you, all we're doing is this. Okay, let's get to know each other. But are you not comprehending what I'm saying?
You're loving my body more than my mind.
Yeah,
but
like you're not trying to get
maybe that will be the guy that does that for you. Because I've heard before that a woman needs several guys, i.e. a man.
That's what Larry is saying is bullshit right now.
I don't call
but guys think it's okay.
Let me tell you something. I've had a guy that I can sit down and we have a good conversation on the phone, okay? He's ideal for sex too, great in bed or whatever, okay? Then my guy number 2, that's pretty much what he's good for, just sex or whatever. Then there's guy number 3 that, hell, we go out and have a good time like friends would or whatever. And he's potential probably for, you know, much more. But, you know, there's lines that you draw, but different people can give you different things. And
so she compartmentalized everybody.
My thing is with that, it seems almost selfish because
like there's one guy just
for that one guy that's in these different categories that decides that he wants to be with you, you haven't really given him your all. Y'all probably had that conversation, but you haven't given him your all because you have your whole body divvied up between all of these guys. So it's like unfair. He's never gonna get all of them because you feel like you need to have a category.
It's not so much that he'll never get all of you. It's just that he's not
there at that moment, right?
Trying to have all of you. He just want that part of you because he's not trying to be committed.
But if you like for guys,
but I've had the conversation with the guy, you know, because I had feelings for this guy, and you know, I guess he was broken still because he had a marriage, and you know, whatever happened to him in that marriage, and he wasn't, you know, it was like, you know, I don't do that no more or whatever. Okay, cool, I understand because I've been married. You know, I've been through all of that as well, so I mean, I can understand why you wouldn't want to get in a serious relationship.
You take from him what he's willing to give, and you keep putting yourself on the back burner.
I'm not putting myself on the back burner because I have come to
even if you do other people,
that the guy that I want doesn't want what I want. So therefore, I'm willing to say, okay, hey, if this is what we have together, that's what it's going to be. No commitments.
The way that I'm thinking about it is, you know, those little pill bottles you have, the little pill container Monday through Thursday. I'm thinking the way I'm divvying up like that. There's a guy, I go out on dates, we have a great time, but we've never done more than just kids, you know. So you have the potential to be more, but this is what we're doing right now. So this is what we are right now.
This is what I can afford to give you for myself.
Right now, if this is all we're doing right now, this is constantly what we're all doing for the duration that we've been talking. This is what we're doing right now. Here you go. My McLovin guy, okay? You got the potential to be more if you ever come out of your drawers, okay? You know what I mean? If you ever come up from just seeing McLovin, we can talk about something else. Cool. You just got those different people. I got somebody to play video games with. That's a whole nother
thing. It seems like a large dividing of you as a person. How can you even be your authentic self?
You know,
I got so much to give.
I don't believe. I'm not comfortable with.
Don't promote that. Okay.
I'm not promoting. I'm just celebrating it. I mean.
Okay, so I'm not one to have a one-night stand. So when I slept with who I slept with, already in the back of my mind before we even did that, I already automatically knew I would do it again and again, regardless.
Right.
Because I liked him before that. You know? So like, and I'm not comfortable with one-night stands because I have to have something in common with you and like you.
Right.
Like some type of interest.
Do you think
and I have to feel secure. I have to feel secure enough to undress.
Yeah, I have to feel safe.
Yeah.
I gotta feel safe with that person.
Yeah. I don't just be handing it out to everybody. Not everybody can get candy on the block. You know?
But
but it's your candy.
Yeah.
But you notice when we get hurt, and this for guys and girls, when we go through like a really bad breakup or a relationship, and after that, we say, I always see people make posts. I'm about to become a hoe now.
I live my whole life. or female?
Being,
I can't act too jealous.
but that's what you're doing.
Wait a minute, they don't
when
know
you
about each
decide
other,
to
though.
compartmentalize your guys, but no, if you consider
So no, they don't know. They know they didn't know.
But you know, some people are just like that. Different
they can
people
love
who supply them.
and are
different
trying to-
Yes, some
It's
people
like-
are like that. We have to remember that. No, this is the thing.
Look, married men do it all the time.
Society has taught us that we're supposed to get married, have 2.3 kids with a house and a
This
wife.
doesn't always work.
No, you're a different color than me. You're a different color than me. We're different sizes. We're different people. We want different things.
Different
We feel
mindsets.
different. So what? How can it be that everybody is supposed to do the same thing? That's not. It can't be that way.
and
That's what I've come to the conclusion.
But I will say this
I'm
as a
trying
disclaimer.
not
You won't
to
go
judge
get
the
it.
polyamorous relationships, but
You trying to make a comparison?
no, I just
She's just
can't.
trying to figure out the dynamics.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this.
'cause you
I'll
had
go on
the
record
married
and say
couple-
this. Like, I totally believe in marriage, and I totally believe in that love for eternity. If it's ever going to happen, who knows? But I still stand behind marriage. Like, if you want to get married, we're in it to win it.
But are you open to, if he wants to have a polyamorous relationship or open marriage, are you okay with that?
No.
No.
The difference between what I'm talking
Well,
about
why
and
get
how I
married if
do
it's
it,
gonna be open?
Yeah, there's no reason.
That's what I don't get.
You might as well
There's
just
no
have a
reason.
situation.
Don't go before the court of law and have your name put on something so the government can be involved in your relationship and take half your shit. When you're
Yeah,
done.
I
I'm
don't
not doing
understand
that.
that.
But that's how
Maybe.
it was back in the day.
Maybe because it's by rank. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it. Because the person that person is married to, they are the main focus, the responsibility.
And they're the ones that are going to be entitled.
These are the ones that are
So
entitled.
they have roles, basically.
Well, they have a
Well-
lifeline too, a genetic lifeline too.
Well, I don't know, but the ones on the side, it may be that I respect you, but you know I got
position.
responsibility. You know
Right.
your position. You know I got. That's what's going on anyway.
It
Come on, don't
really
play.
is.
It's
Don't
not
play. That's
how
what they
You
doing
don't
anyway.
even get down like
That's
that.
what they doing.
Married men do it all
I know
the
pastors.
time.
I know pastors that do it. They get up in the pulpit,
Married men are
condemn people
known
to
for that
hell,
shit.
and be standing right up saying, "Damn, baby, yeah, go on over there and sit down, first lady. I'll be right there." You know what I'm saying? Hallelujah. Have mercy, Jesus.
Okay, hold on before you start. Okay, for those of you who are joining us on this Super Saturday, we are talking about dating in the new millennium here. So we're right now we're talking about polyamorous relationships, open relationships. How do y'all feel about having an open relationship, or would the same thing be swingers, or is that a bit different?
It's different. I think that's a bit different.
To me, it's you still mess with
I
other
mean, you
people.
still mess with other people. That concept is correct. But the dynamics of your day-to-day life is different from swingers and polyamorous. Polyamorous, they usually all live together. They all live together under the same roof. Swingers, you live with your
Just
husband
hook up with
and
them every now and then.
yeah.
it's like a couple having a girlfriend. Like a couple having a.
But I know married couples that were swingers, and they're still together.
But Larry said
They're
that
still together.
we were talking about it earlier today, and Larry was like, well, the Bible says that men are supposed to spread their seeds to as many people, women
Y'all don't have enough money
as
for all
possible.
that.
But then at the same time, it says, thou shalt not commit adultery.
Yeah.
So in terms of being married, it's kind
Well,
of
and that's how you
We're
can say,
to control
no,
all of that.
it's supposed to be, that happens when you get married, that doesn't happen anymore. Because you're not supposed to spill the seed either.
So, I'm telling you, it's contradictory.
I have a
But
question.
people-
So you know the situation I was talking about with the little container. So I think the difference between what you're talking about, the
Polyamorous.
and what I'm doing, I'm thinking that with that you're trying to spread your love, and there's only so much love that you can give, and you're trying to spread it too thin.
Name the song.
Here you try to spread your light. I know you're not trying to. We're not in love, so that's why I can go and I feel like somebody else too. You know what I mean? I can give my light, but I'm not giving my love to any of y'all.
I
Yeah,
think,
you know what I mean?
to me, I think that's a defense mechanism when women have multiple men. I feel like what they're trying to do, not only, well, if you can't have that mentality, if you can't beat them, join them. They know that men are going to do this, even if I don't give a damn how beautiful you are, how fine, how educated, your business savviness, I don't care. That man will still cheat on you
That man will still
if he
cheat on
wants to. So when a woman goes and have multiple men, I feel like she's just trying to protect herself. I don't buy that whole, I just, I gotta have a man for
I don't know where-
and a man for this, and a man, I
I don't know where my
for
my
how emotional women
Right.
are, it doesn't fit that narrative.
Well, a lot of things that we do are taught to us, and we're brought up and reared in these things. But if you kind of look at it like this, like if you look at it from I'm not saying that I agree or disagree with this, but what I'm telling you is I think about things, and this thing, it makes sense to me. You think about this, a woman is so complex. She's very more complex than a man right there on her level.
Right.
On her level. So it takes more things to keep her satisfied, keep her pleased, and things than it does for a man. A man is simple. He really is.
A man is visual. A woman is.
Let's just be real. Even when it comes to sex in the bed, I don't know about y'all. But a man can't usually keep up with a woman, not just toe to toe. Come on now. So how many times? Let's be for real. How many times have y'all been entangled, fucking, and got up when he said, and you was like,
Wait a minute.
So we've mastered. Wait a minute, and this is not in my active life right now. I mastered the art of faking like really well.
okay, but this is what I'm saying. You faked it. You're still not satisfied.
And
how many times?
If he don't put you to sleep after he done came, because
Who said that's a requirement?
it's a requirement for me.
I'm just saying, like, is that a standard written somewhere?
Well, it's for to each his own.
Yeah.
Because
To each his
he
own.
done made me work
Because
too.
hoes get tired. Hoes don't get tired. Hoes get tired. Hoes don't get tired. Hoes don't get tired.
True.
You say hoes?
Hole. H-O-L-E-S. Hole.
Hoes. Oh.
P-O-L-E-S gets tired.
Yes, get tired.
Well, there's different positions. You ain't got to hold your legs
look
up.
right there.
And I get bored really.
And then they have little contraptions that hang from the ceiling, they hang from the door.
You got some brutes
You don't have
over
to
here,
comfort. That's just,
No,
you just overcoming the situation. Why you think I got these workout clothes on? These legs.
You crazy. Okay, so back to the standards. Okay, so because the other things that we name as far as our standard for a significant other is, and that would go with value. So if I value the fact that you need to have a car, you need to have your own place, you need to have a job, does that make me a materialistic?
That tells me that you're able to stand on your own and you're not depending on anybody else. So if I come in the picture and you can do all those things, and I know you ain't staying at home with your mama, that means maybe we have some potential to come together and build on something bigger than what you built and what I built.
Do you think a man staying with his mama, is that a deal breaker that he's not stable?
Well, it depends
we
on
don't
why
know.
he's staying
You
with
know
you.
how long
I
he
say
been
that.
If he has an exit plan.
Because women stay with their moms. But it's
But
not
most
looked
women
at
are
the same.
taking care of their mother too.
Yeah.
How come
And
the
most
man
men,
can't
their
take
moms are taking care of them.
They can be true in some cases, but most
That's
cases
true.
guys are staying at home at their mom because they ain't got nothing else.
But that's not a deal breaker.
No, I like a man who doesn't act
Oh,
like a
Larry said
child.
sometimes y'all can't keep up. Oh,
What?
Larry said sometimes women can't keep up with the men.
Yeah, if they had some help by
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
He says, y'all
And
are
even
tripping.
then,
I
you
wish
gotta-
more men listen to some of this BS y'all talking. It goes both ways. Ladies, don't get it twisted. Oh,
He got an attitude. I understand. Maybe he needs to invite him. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I like this kind of conversation because I just want to be real. I'm being real.
Larry
It's
said, come
nothing that I think.
Okay, so I'm attracted to a man who is a man in everything he does. Like,
You got to be a manly man.
not
But
just
what's
not
a
a
manly
manly
man,
man, but
or-
someone who, like, they walk that talk. Like, he carries himself like a man. Like, I got this. What are you doing? I have this.
so open car doors.
I'm gonna go to work. Hey baby, I gotta go to work. Hey, I gotta finish my degree. That's what I'm working on right now. I can't take you out today because I'm working on my degree. Don't worry about that. I got this.
So he has all of that.
Let me take care of you, not because you need me to take care of
Because
you.
I want to.
Because I want to.
Yeah.
I want someone who, like, when I look for a guy, I want you to, it's very, very simple and easy, and I always tell that, match my effort show me the same kind of time that I'm going to show you. Be loyal and don't have me looking stupid because I would never have you looking stupid.
But the only thing in terms of looking stupid, you know, it's a matter of perception. And sometimes what
Don't have me walking past all these
something
people
major.
and I'm smiling and happy with you and they're looking at me like.
But that's what I'm saying. Sometimes something that a woman feels is major is obsolete to a guy. And just for instance, so you know, and I'm talking about Larry.
Oh,
So he used to work at KFC, and it was this girl that he kept telling me she was always picking at. So I'm thinking, why is she picking at him? In the back of my mind, I'm like, but then he told me that they had exchanged numbers at one time. And I was like, well, dude, I could have told you what the issue was if y'all even exchanged some text 2 times. To her, we kind of were talking.
You
but the
kind of
guy
feel me the way I'm feeling you.
yeah, but for guys, Larry was like that.
It could be
So
just anything.
he didn't tell me so, but when he told me that they had exchanged number, I was like, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. And that's why it's very important to have those conversations at the very beginning, so that you know, just because you feel like we're together, listen, I told you in the beginning, I don't want a relationship, I'm just cool with you, we work together, that's what it is.
I don't want to hurt anybody, and I definitely don't want someone to hurt me.
Being truthful is
Hey, you know what? If it hurts you, it's going to hurt you for a little bit. But if they drag you through the mud and make you think and make you have these expectations because they don't back down from that and they don't try to stop when you start saying things like, and they're like, oh, well, she thinks this is more than what it is. And they don't say nothing about it.
But what if
that's gonna
they
hurt
do?
you worse.
What if they do? They have to be? Because a lot of them probably say it subtly. Do they have to be like mean with it?
And
because it's like when
true.
you deal with children. We go clean your room, little
And
body.
men will
But they don't go
subtly-
clean it
and
until you say,
women-
get your ass in there and
And
clean that
women,
motherfucking room.
yeah, women
That's
will
what
ignore
people
that
respond to.
because we want something more. So we're ignoring those red flags.
Yes.
And women, you need to stop ignoring those red flags because those same red flags that you're ignoring are going to be the same reason that your relationship falls apart.
So
I've
you're
learned that
saying
from my
if
past
you don't
relationship.
talk about it, okay, but in terms of red flags, sometimes I think we look at it as, oh, maybe that's not a big deal. Maybe it's just me. I'm just tripping.
Right, and we
Maybe
do
I'm
that.
too sensitive.
We do that. And I'm sure
about it.
some guys might do that too in circumstances. Like they're like, you know, because their buddies will say, oh, she's no good for you, she's no good. They're thinking the
Do
same
guys
thing.
typically say that? You think?
You know, I've
Guys
got a lot of
will
guy
tell another
friends.
guy that
I've
they
got a lot of
want
guy
something.
friends who will
Yeah.
tell their other guy friends
Best
while
friends.
we're talking, dude, she's not the one, dude. You need to let that go. You need to let that go. She
That's
is.
even they
She
know
treats you
something
like
about it.
shit. She's always downing you. She's
Yeah.
never building you up, and she's always screaming and yelling at you. Why would you want to live like that? I've seen guys do that.
I think that goes along with the guy, what you kind of want out of your guys, for them to have standards set for themselves as well. That
You
way,
think they have standards?
I think so.
I would hope.
It would seem like their standards don't go outside of she needs to be a bad bitch, whatever that means. Like have a fat butt, big boobs,
What
have.
about having a job and taking care of
But
herself?
if it does come to a job, I feel like they want them to have a job to where they can benefit off of it. To me, I don't know, and I'm not a male basher or trying to hate on men,
I
but
love
it seems
men.
like they're so, what's a good word for them? Simplistic.
Yeah.
That I don't think the way how complex women think, I don't think guys can.
Because we're analytical and we'll take things
Yeah.
apart. We'll pull things apart and we'll discuss, dissect in a way pretty much. And guys will just be like, yeah, she cool.
Yeah, but
Yeah, she
Yeah.
cool.
yeah, Larry says, I wish more men would be real with y'all too.
Yeah.
That's the problem, that y'all think y'all shit. Wait, Larry, you don't have to explain
Let
that
me
because,
tell you.
because a woman having standards, does that mean that she thinks she's the shit?
No, I think she knows her value and her worth, and she's not going to back down from that. Just because a man will be like, and you know what? This word has never bothered me. Hey, bitch, you think you're better than me? That's why you won't date me? No, I have my own
I have
standards and
standards.
practices, and I value who I am and my self-worth. So I don't need you because already right out the gate, you're already calling me a bitch just because I won't talk to you.
Yeah.
You're
You
petty.
don't know
Yeah.
me.
You're petty, you're messy, and it shows me that in the long term, you only want pussy, you don't want a relationship.
But to me, that's most men, 99.999%.
Lisa says for some women, they want attention that they are not getting from their partner. I know several people that have multiple partners. It is not my place to judge them, so it is good to agree to disagree about the topic. I wish I was faster on my texting because now you're on another topic.
No, we can go
But we
back
got
to
you.
it. We can go back to it. So,
but that goes back to what we were saying about, you could be married men do it all the time. That's what I said. That's probably why they do it.
Well, married
because they are committed to the person that they're with because they, built the home, they have kids, and, they have the foundation set. So then sometimes a man, he just want to, live kind of like in his young life and, go, explore with a young tenderoni.
That's unfair to the woman.
But that goes back to what they say about what she don't know won't hurt her. If he's having his business outside the home and it never gets back home, guess what?
But women have women feel that.
You got this, and the woman that you're dealing with got to be mature enough to respect that you have a woman that you're married to at home.
That's maturity.
And to me, it's maturity.
Well,
that's just like somebody in the beginning. If they don't tell you they're married and they lead you on to deceive you that they are married and they didn't tell you that, and then you date them for like 90 days and then after about 90 days, you don't
90 days free
I would rather for you in the beginning have told me that you are married and let me decide if I want to go ahead and talk to you or do whatever and stuff. But if you don't give me that
I'll
option,
tell your wife.
if
I'm
you
the one that will knock on the door. Your husband is cheating on us.
that's why
Your husband's cheating on us. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing. I'm not the one you don't want to do that. I don't let go of nobody. I'm telling you.
Okay.
And I would rather for you to tell me straight up, you married, but this is what I want with you. Okay, I'm cool with that because I'm a single lady and I can cater you in that area.
Or
So
not
that's
cater you.
if that's what you need.
Or not
And if you want somebody to go, hang out with, that's what we do.
I'm so torn.
And at the end of the day,
because the Bible says,
First of all, you don't even
the
know
Bible
the
says, let me get this out, Pastor John.
I had to say it because you always say that the Bible is contradictory, that the Bible is this.
Hold on, because when you jump on the mule or the bandwagon,
Yes, Lisa,
the fact that you don't go to
standards
church,
all day long.
the God resides in me. I don't have to be in the church.
That's right,
of God in
but
order
we're
for God
talking
to
about
be in
also-
me. So that was completely irrelevant.
But you always say, but the Bible is a hypocrite.
back,
The Bible
sit
is
back.
this. But you can't bring the Bible in.
I can't bring the Bible in it.
Are you living by the Bible?
Larry says,
Hey, I'm
Are you
living.
living?
I'm living.
That's right. And that's what everybody else is doing. They're living. They're
Okay,
best
Larry
life.
Well, let's get back on topic.
Larry
Now, let me hear what Larry got to say right now.
Larry says,
And
you'll
I'm a man.
never be happy being number 2 or 3, that all women want to be
Wow,
number 1.
yeah, that's
Basically, that's what you're working towards.
You know what?
being
Because I
number
feel
one.
like I'm worth that number 1 spot. And if I am not that one for you, you need to make that very, very clear to me because you're hurting someone. And why would you intentionally hurt someone? When you know that you're doing it. You know that you're never going to see them as number 1.
Okay, define the number 1, because even with being a number 1 spot, like she said, you can be the main wife, but he's taking care of business, being a protector, being everything that people say that men are supposed to be in this marriage. But he has 5 other women, but you're still number 1 because you're taking care of the household.
But that's the household and me are 2 different things. I'm not an object.
No, it's not about being an object. It's the general.
It's what you was establishing over years.
Yeah, and I get that, but I'm saying this. If I'm number 1, you will never need a number 2. You will never
Well,
look.
that's not always true.
That's right.
That's not always
Well,
true.
look at, it's not always true, but that's how it is for me.
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that I agree or disagree with that. What I'm saying is people, they think different and they have different needs, wants, and this and that. Some people have, I believe that there could be a person that really, really loves this person. Really, really loves this woman or whatever. But say, for instance, this woman can't have sex no more. Okay, say she can't give him the kind of sex that he wants or needs to be satisfied.
Before you get married.
But
No,
still,
because
but wait.
cancer happens.
Stuff
you have
happens.
sex.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if she just flat out is like, I am not doing that. And that's the one thing that is his that turns him on.
No.
But okay, let's just say it is. And she said, I'm not doing that. He said, but I love you. Okay, and they agreed this together. And then he said, this is what I need. Well, can I go out and I do this over here? But, I love you. We'll always be here for you. You're my number 1. You're my main thing. This is just what I want from this scenario. I'm just saying.
It was just
I mean,
my heart.
and then there are women who are so caught up into their careers and this and that. They don't want, It's okay if this man goes out and has this person. She just want to get tightened up or whatever whenever she needs to get tightened up. So to say that everybody's the same, what we're talking about here is that there are different people with different needs, different understanding, and it don't necessarily have to be, oh, it's a, when you say it's a protective thing that's going on, with them.
To me,
honestly,
I think people. No, to me, because people have got. No, I think people will tell themselves something for so long to convince themselves because they're trying to be okay with the situation. And for you dealing with.
Oh, don't call me, lady.
No, I'm saying because you were talking about that situation. And for you, even though one of the things that you said is that I don't want to hurt this woman because you know how it feels to be cheated on in the marriage. So if this is in your mind, I don't want to hurt this woman. But had the guy given you, once you found out that he was married, did you stop talking to him?
For a short period of time, yeah.
Okay, for a short period of time. So
I'm
what?
gonna tell you what sparked us to start back talking. Get the hell out of here. What sparked us was because, after having a conversation with you in my conscience, now you forget I came and talked to you about this girl.
You actually came and talked to her.
I came and talked to her. So she spared this lady. Don't spoil her happiness because apparently she is happy and evidently she don't know. So that's what I said. So if your husband cheated on you, wouldn't you want to know?
Listen, it could go one or two ways.
But
and because I had a
that's
situation
where I felt like he tried to play me.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you want to get played, I can play you right back.
This bitch,
I can fuck his whole fucking world up. Okay? But that goes back because you didn't tell me in the beginning.
You didn't give me that.
You had
that
the
choice.
option
You took
to
that choice
whatever
away
fuck
from
with you
me.
or not. Because he led on like he was single.
Yeah, he did.
Okay,
Let
but
it
there were red flags that she
We was dating. We was doing all of that.
He was coming over
And
here.
never said.
Staying the night. He was coming staying the night, taking her out. Yeah,
But there were red
I hope y'all know that.
Look, I got receipts, y'all.
I'm just gonna put this out there to let y'all know there is a law on the book for that.
Yeah.
It's called rape by deception. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it right there.
What is good, though, right?
If he's lying to her and telling her that he's not married, and he's doing this to get the cookies. This is because if he had told the truth, he probably would not get the cookies.
But look,
I'm just
she
saying.
said had he had given her the option, there's still a chance that he still would have got the cookies.
Maybe.
There's still maybe, but maybe ain't worth shit when
That's why I do not fucking date because men are not going to be honest with you regardless. Some, I'm gonna take it back. Some men are not going to be honest with you.
And it's always
Now,
the one that you want
I've been out of the dating pool for a long time, and to actually even give that a shot, and then motherfucker wind up being married.
Okay,
but
you said
I went back to what I knew, and that was a mutual friend that I have had for so many years. That if I need it, hey, I know he can rock more, and I'm good with that.
It could actually be worse. I mean,
but I know. Okay, you said it took you a while to start talking to him again. By you talking to him, knowing his situation after the fact, it's like it didn't matter about him being married because you continued some sort of relationship.
Let's say during that 90 days, I actually, if he wasn't married, he probably would be a guy that I date.
And I would never like him.
But they ain't me say. But anyways, we developed a relationship.
That's what happened.
Based on intellectual hits.
Yes, based on intellectual or whatever. And I mean, still to this day, he probably call me up and we'll have a conversation and it would go, not personal, but intellectual, and we'll talk about things in the world and stuff. But
this is even
now it's like, okay, like I told you, I met 3 different people over time. And you know when things happen in threes, that's my cue to like, leave the fuck alone or whatever. So that's what I did. And y'all know the third night or the third person that I met, and I was just like, you know what? Yeah, he's out of the phone.
But I'm saying, if like the red flags that Alyssa brought up, if you see these red flags and one being married, once you found out and you continue to speak to this man, even though it took a couple weeks, you continue to speak to this guy, maybe had sex another time or two, it made it seem like it was okay, so the man will keep coming for you because you made it okay.
I think at that point, maybe that there had been a connection
There was
there. You know, they had formed this connection. I'm not condoning it nor whatever. What I'm saying is, that's kind of like, I think what happens, and that's a lot of times why men lie. They lie because they feel like if I could just hit it, I'm going to prove to her, I'm going to make it what she can't want.
But that person will be unwilling to change the situation, even though he thinks so highly of this.
But then I'll tell you this, even after he told me that he was, well, after I confronted him about him being married or whatever, we had a conversation where instead of me going and letting his wife know about it, we had a conversation about it. And then it was like, you know, at this point, this is him now, at this point, I'm like, I'll do whatever it is you want me to do.
Yeah, but I want his wife to know, I guess so.
No, it wasn't about that. It wasn't about the wife knowing. It was more about that what we had going.
He wanted to keep
that connection to stay.
Yeah, I think he got something to say.
This arises a question for me, just that whole little back and forth. Yeah. So, say you got a friend and they get in a relationship. Y'all hang out all the time. You and your friends just hang out all the time. When they get a man, they start acting different. What are your thoughts on that?
Man, that happens so much when if you have girlfriends and then a man gets thrown into the mix. That woman, she's trying to be about that man, maybe give him that attention.
Because they're new.
But don't you think
You better get ready to balance your time with your man and your friends. We in the number one slot.
I try so hard. I try so hard not to do that. I try so hard to
not just cut off your friends.
Yeah, and when you get older, I think you realize I know where my self-worth is. If this man is worth my time, and we're worth trying to focus on something, you're an individual. You have yourself and he has his self. Before y'all were together, you're doing things with your girlfriends. You should still be able to put yourself in those situations and still be like, okay, well, we're going out this night. This night I'm going out with my girls because I already promised him and I'm not going to back out on that.
I think a lot of people not even.
Well, y'all better have that conversation.
Because your girlfriends are very important. You know, if you have a good group of girlfriends, they're very important to you. Because that man may not always stay, but your girlfriends, they're always going to have your back.
But if you turn your back on us when you got your man, when that man leaves you, you may as well keep turning your back.
Just keep turning and walking.
But let me tell you what Larry said. Larry said some don't date because you can't be honest with yourself. What does that mean? I think he's telling you big. He said some women, you say,
Larry, are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?
You said that's why I don't date, and so that makes sense. Some don't date because you can't be honest with yourself. So he thinks that women may be lying to themselves, and that's why they don't date.
About what?
I need you to kind of explain it, and then let Lisa.
No, better yet, Larry, you know where I stay. You pull up. Roll up. Y'all pull up, gang strong. Pull up.
Hey, don't talk to him about it, because then I'm not gonna cry. Lisa said she tried to get him to kind of elaborate on what he was saying.
Yes,
Honest about what, Larry? Are you saying about what a woman needs at the time? I'm gonna need some more.
He also says a couple names. He said you'll never get the number one spot if you keep the same frame of mind. If he says you're number one and he has number 2 and 3, then that means you're just a piece of booty.
So you the number one. Stuck in it knowing that he had other women. So why not just agree to be in a polyamorous relationship?
You know, it's so strange to me that in this day and age, we just still can't talk openly about sex and what we want and what our worth is to another person that we look at and think, man, I could build something with you, or, you know, we could fuck, but you're not having that conversation of what does your heart really want.
But that goes back to men being broken and women being broken. They're so broken, they don't want their heart broken.
And everybody's
again.
so
So they're
scared.
comfortable with just having a situationship, and you go about your business at the end of the day, and there's no commitment involved.
But you know, everything that you want is on that other side of fear. If people would just get over their fear of getting their heart broke, you're gonna get your heart broke. It's gonna happen to you.
Well, how do you tell somebody
You can't
to get
walk
over?
in. You can't walk into your next relationship and be like, well, you're gonna be just like him. Then
we do.
But this is where I come in as saying, when you're done with that relationship, heal yourself. Whatever hurt you
whatever
hurt you in that relationship, heal yourself before you step outside, because You want to be the person that you want to date.
But you
Are
can
you that
heal,
person?
but the other person won't be healed.
The way to get over one
Is
man.
to get under.
Get under another.
I don't believe
get
that.
Over one,
I don't believe that at all.
There's something seems a little strange here though. It's like if that man puts you as number one, it's like he's putting all of this power into this man's hand about what material.
That's what I was
you
saying.
are.
We sit here and wait for the
This
guy
doesn't
to
make
make
sense.
But I
decisions.
think that because women will tell
Let
you.
him make me his
This
number
is what
one.
I want, and we'll
Let me
say
put
it out
myself first.
No,
Let
it's
me,
like
these
this.
are my expectations. These are my standards. This is what I'm willing to
You're
accept.
right, Lisa. Everything takes time.
It does, but shoot, in terms of the conversation, if you're talking about taking time, when do you have that conversation? Because it may scare people off.
If you're gonna ask me, if you're gonna have the balls enough to sit across from me and ask me, what do you want? And I tell you, and that scares you, then you're definitely not the man for me.
I mean, but that's how you differentiate
That's how you
invitation
figure it
from
out.
quality.
Yeah.
Though you have to have that conversation. I'm not going to judge this person because they couldn't
That's what
fit
they
my
want.
quota
Right.
or my standards or whatever. You want honesty? Here
I'm
it
giving
is.
it to you. Be appreciative, because a lot of guys will say women just aren't honest
A
when you
lot of
ask
times
them.
a lot of times people cannot, they can't accept honesty. They can't
That's
deal
true,
with
you're
honesty
right.
because what happens is they turn around and they take it personal
Yeah.
and they try to match up with whatever that is. And if they can't match it, it automatically makes them feel low in their self-esteem and invalidated. I'm telling you, this is what happens. So that's why a lot of times I won't go in. There are certain things where I say, this right here is the baseline. This is the baseline right here. You must have or be able to do this and that. That's the base, but that's only the starting, because there are other things that's built on that. Now I won't go into that because that's what I'm going to find out about you.
Yes.
Because if I come and tell you, now you're trying to do all
that
these
mold.
tricks and do that. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to fit it.
Or
and I
trying
got
to
this
take
fake
yourself out.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
You know
that's why having that conversation is like,
It is
the one
very
at the beginning.
iffy. It is very iffy, but we definitely need to get comfortable with talking to the one that you want to be with about your sexual.
Well,
So
this is it. You don't even know if you
levels
want to be with them
Yeah.
talking. To me, this is so stimulating just talking.
Yeah.
I'm stimulated just talking to them. Not that I want to go home and fuck the shit out you. No, but I want to spend more time talking with you. This is how I am. I want to spend more time.
And that's
You
what
got
was
me
developed in
intrigued.
that relationship.
Now, I'm not necessarily want to fuck you, but believe me, you got my attention. And if you got my attention, you got my time. That can be built because it's a lot of people that don't get none of that.
Yeah.
No attention, no time, and they definitely ain't getting no play. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or they
So y'all,
top of their wives.
and that's just me
or-
personally. That's just me. Everybody's not like that.
I understand that because it's like what you said about the time thing. If you can stimulate me so much where I love these conversations with you,
And I look
I
forward to- I'm
look
gonna
forward to
feel
being
this way.
around you.
Exactly.
I love being around
Exactly.
you.
I'm
Not
gonna open up
because I
my
want to
time
like,
for you.
ooh, throw me over the couch, let's do something. But no,
Yeah.
it's not about that. We're not even to that level yet.
Exactly.
It's
Stay
about
off my couch.
talk to me. I love
Exactly.
the conversation. Talk to me.
So do y'all believe in
Are we
that
going
whole?
to go?
Yeah. Do y'all believe in that whole? If a person, if you don't want a broke person, be prepared for a busy person, meaning that they can't call you or they're not calling you because they're so busy working.
You know what? Everybody has their phone in their hand.
Does that mean
A
at
text
some
5
point-
seconds to say, hey, babe.
Yeah.
You know, this text can make somebody's day so different. Hey, babe, I'm super busy at work. As soon as I have a spare second to get to you and I'm not so involved with my work, I'm going to text you.
Or
I
just
miss you.
thinking about you.
Yeah.
I think
I miss
people
you.
make time for what they want to make time
That's
for.
right.
You're
and
right.
I think that whole analogy that people are trying to push, that narrative that if you don't want a broke man, you want him to be able to take you out and spend money on you, then you have to be willing to settle for whatever scraps he's going to give you.
I think you'll match the effort if it's something that you want. And men are hunters. They know what they want. They're going to go after, they're going to pursue you. And if they're not constantly pursuing you, and they're sitting back letting you make all that movement,
I think
they're just fucking you.
if a woman has to constantly chase you for your time and attention, you're going to notice when she stopped doing that. And by that time, it's already
too late.
It's too late.
She's already found
It
herself.
doesn't take a lot to
This
just
is what
tell
it
me,
boils
hello.
down to. This is what it boils down to, and I strongly believe in the serenity prayer, okay? God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change, the things I can, and the wisdom to know the damn difference.
I'm
Okay?
when it
That's
comes to
where
that,
I'm at
because you
with
can,
everything.
it's a matter of perception. much, and even with the serenity prayer, because grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. So I gotta accept.
If I can't change the man, I gotta accept him just
text
for who
me,
he
or
is.
call me, or even give me a little bit of his time. I have to just accept that and settle. So have you guys ever settled? And
Yes.
I think we all should.
In some
Yeah,
form or
At
fashion.
some point.
so
in a relationship.
just to have somebody, because
You
we're
know what?
lonely.
I think you do
Just
because
to have somebody.
And that's why a lot of
We
women
come
put
down
up
with
with
that
the
and you get change back.
But people don't think about that. That's not where people's mind is. People know that there are an abundance of men and women alike. But at the same time, because, say for instance, Vicky, she doesn't feel like there's any outside of guys that she already knows. No guys are coming around. So to me, she'll
No,
still...
there is no guy for me.
No
That's
guys
what
are
the
coming
difference.
around.
Fuck,
Cause
no
one,
guy
she don't
is
go nowhere.
for me.
But so she don't.
Come knock on the door.
Nobody knocking on the door. But I'm saying she will still deal
Burn
with a person maybe that's married, or a person who they don't want a relationship because they're so broken and they so still in the past of their
Fear.
you know what I'm saying? So she, to me, it's like she's settling for whatever scraps they're willing to give her. So that's why I said, in terms of settled, do you feel like you settled in order to have a man?
I feel like I've settled in the past because at the same time that I settled, I never repaired or fixed the things in myself that let me be okay with settling for someone. And thinking, like, prime example, there was a time where I looked in the mirror and I said, well, this is your life, this is what you get. You know, you should just be happy with the little bit that you have. And that's a sad way to look at it. But at the time I was like, I don't want to be alone anymore.
Oh, you know what I just thought of? It's a temporary settlement. It's a temporary settlement. I mean, it's like, I believe that life is about experiences. And either you experience or you don't. Either you live and have no experience, you don't experience anything. You just sit there and don't experience. Or you experience things and you learn, because that's the only way to learn is through experiences.
Yeah.
And it's the only way to learn is through experience.
Yeah.
So because you say you settle, so you mean, and I'm really talking through this myself, it's like, okay, because this man right here is not 100% of what you want, or what you think you want. Hold on. So he's 50% of what you want, but then he's 50% of maybe something you never had before.
Yeah.
So maybe
I think for me, the settling came from, you know what?
ass whoopings. We ain't talking about nothing like ass selling for ass beatings or nothing like that.
No, we're talking about like,
Oh, okay.
you know, he's only mediocre into you pretty much, and like he doesn't, you know, he's not really. You know, I knew this guy wasn't all about me. I knew it, but I was like pulling for whatever time he gave me, and we ended up in this relationship where it was still never about us. It was about him, and I just would always remember saying, looking at myself in the mirror, saying, just be happy someone even wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
It's so
That's why I'm
sad.
not
It's so
settling.
sad. Like
Yeah.
now I look back at the girl that I was and my heart breaks for her because I'm like, why in the world would you think that that's okay?
And that's why I said settle, because a lot of women do settle, even though, like you said, those red flags at the very beginning, but we already know there's something in this situation that I'm not getting, that I'm needing. You know it for a fact. And then you end up going to either get into a full-blown relationship with this person or marrying this person, and you get the same treatment, and now you mad at him when you knew from the very beginning.
You did.
See, now that's true right there. If that man is doing the same thing he's been doing all the time, that is not right. You cannot be mad at him.
You took that.
If he is doing the
took
same thing that he's been doing the whole time, and you said that I can change him, that was your damn
And that's
fault.
why I looked in
That
the
was your
mirror.
damn fault.
That's why I looked in the mirror and I didn't blame him. I blamed me. Because I'm the one who let him know that that was okay. That was
Exactly.
willing.
But
that
you
was
should have lived your best life at that time. It was a settlement, just a temporary settlement. It wasn't Mr. Right, it was Mr. Right now.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So meantime, you have to build your self-esteem, build yourself, build whatever it is in you that you're lacking. You understand?
Yeah.
Before you know it,
I
you be
understand
telling
it
him,
now.
I'll be back. You be
Yeah.
telling him, oh, I'll be back. You ain't saying, no, I got something to do. But make yourself at home, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll be back. I mean, this is so real. And that comes with
yes.
building your own.
And I
worth
know
and
that
value.
now. I know that now. The older I get, the more I realize that what you want, go get it. If it is not reciprocated, go on. Keep walking. Keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah, but I think when people, especially when they've been single for a long, long time.
Where you
No.
know that?
I said she did it. My heart just went, no. That is so juicy.
And she don't feel I had another long
No,
arm.
because
She dug into you.
no,
I love that.
because I'm talking to y'all, so I'm looking
But
at
it's
y'all.
true. It is
In
true.
my way.
I have been single
But
for
I'm
a
saying,
long time.
when you're single for a long time, those things like that, you said you've got to take that time to heal yourself before getting into another relationship. What is it, even though you know that these things have been happening in the past relationships, that was a driving force for you to be with this guy, knowing what you know, that you are already broken, that it's certain things that you are not willing to settle for, and that's how he was treating you? Were you looking in the mirror? And when you said something about you were blaming yourself, for some reason I latched on to that. Why do we blame ourselves for the fuck up that somebody else does? Or how
I think
somebody
we
else
find it a failure that we can't
change
them.
him?
But in our eyes, it's not changing. In our eyes, it's like we find it a failure that we can't make them see what we see in them.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Yeah.
We can't make them see
That they
And
have
them?
such a potential.
what we see in
We
them.
see
But
their
we're
potential.
looking at their potential. What
Uh-huh.
about our potential?
But see, that's it. Because you look at the potential, when you're a nurturer, and that's what we
Yeah.
are, they're nurturers. They're nurturing means to build, to heal. You understand? To be there, to forgive. Now we nurture. It's gonna be okay. We build them. So now this makes sense. Now we see the failure in ourselves for not being able to make them realize what we see in them, and building them to. But it goes back to what they said a woman's purpose is from day one. And when they say Adam and Eve, just don't fuck with that. It's Adam and Eve, you know.
Wait a minute,
She
you
was
gonna turn? No, I'm just
That's why she don't mess with
you know, her job was. I'm telling you, and I don't really believe this, y'all, but this is what a lot of religions teach, and that's what a lot of men believe. They've told me this themselves. This is a woman's job. Her job is to fuck her man. Her job is to make it, nurture him, feed him, clothe him, to be there, almost like his own personal slave.
Pretty much.
You understand?
Yeah.
And his job is to take care of his slave.
and they're not doing that. So I mean,
I'm
You
just
can't
saying,
be
the thing.
expected to get everything if you're not giving what you should be doing.
and the foundation.
But what is what you should be doing based on what?
I think it's based on each
That's what they
individual.
The individual,
Yeah.
what the agreement is, right?
Like, okay, we
That's why I'm
established-
gay. If you ain't got no job, don't even. If
Not
you don't have,
even.
that's baseline for me.
But
That's
see, even
base.
in those
That's
times,
baseline.
but see, even in those times, they weren't even getting married.
Well, sure, but yeah, they weren't. They were just
Men
together.
just went out and did whatever they're gonna
Yeah.
do, and they had their
But
women over
and that's
here.
what
And
it
they do
was.
now.
Even
They don't
married
get
couples,
married.
the guy he was taking care of the household, but he was out with Jane and Billy,
Julie.
you know, all these
Becky.
other women. But it was
Damn
okay.
Becky.
It was
Becky.
okay because he was taking
Becky
care
was
of
a
the
shit
household. But he was still taking care of the household, so a lot of women were okay with it as long as their household was being taken care of. I still think that is prevalent in today's time where women are being cheated on, and it's okay. So because I can't make them stop cheating, then I'm gonna just go either find me somebody else, or I'm gonna can't beat them.
When he out cheating
understand
with
this.
Sally, I'm gonna be over here.
But
fucking
understand
Billy.
this: you should
Yeah,
never
period.
want to.
Why haven't
You
you Sally?
understand this, y'all. We should never want to make anybody do anything.
Right.
This is what I
That's
truly
right.
believe. I'm gonna tell you. I've been married before. I walked in, my husband in the bed
Oh.
with another woman.
Somebody's gonna catch a murder case.
No, but why? You know why? That's his right.
It is. And you
That's
know what?
his right. We have to we want to talk about rape, and we want to talk about how people do things to people without their permission and this and that. It is a person's right to do what they want to do. It's also your right to
walk
accept
away.
it or not.
Or not.
Or walk away. Don't
Yeah.
put that on the other person.
Yeah.
You know what? We want to guilt people into doing things. Women, they start, oh, I can't believe it. How could you do this? Do you love her? What the fuck does it matter if he loves her?
Because
What's your
I
commitment
think
to
we're
me?
just so
It's
hurt at that
psychological.
time.
It is
Yeah,
her.
you-
It is her, but
This man has built you up, and you built this life, and now you look back and
this
say,
man
this
is
life.
sexual.
Well, yeah, you're in your relationship. Like, you built him up, he's built you up. And that's how you feel. Like, I built you up, you built me up, we built something together. And then all of a sudden, it's just sucked away from you in one.
I understand
Simple move.
that being
Let me tell you
hurt.
something.
I understand the
Yeah, the gut
the
wrenching.
gut wrenching. But when it boils down to it, if we just come
understand
to
that.
the realization you are a human being with free will and you have the right. That makes you just go and just kind of give it up, and it may exhaust you. It may take everything out of you, but you walk away.
And
You
that's
walk
why
away.
marriage is no longer something that people are wanting to do anymore. They just rather have that person that they provides that sex or that conversation.
But that's that.
And they
But
go
what
back
if
and
you
do
don't?
it.
What if you don't even get stimulated? I mean, you
The
can't.
title of marriage brings a
the
whole
body-
other expectation.
I feel differently because I want to get married. I would get married again if it came down to that. It wouldn't. It doesn't always
I
have
don't
to.
know.
like,
Marriage is
that.
almost like slave papers
So
to
tell
me.
me, while you playing.
Maybe I'll say that now.
Exactly.
Maybe I'll say that now because I haven't been in a long-term relationship in a long, long time. And maybe it's like childbirth. You know, your body tricks you into saying, that didn't hurt, you didn't have any pain, have another child. That marriage
You
didn't.
got a
That
badass
marriage.
body. It should do like that.
That's why they say that women can have multiple babies because your body will forget
Nobody didn't trick me. I
almost
still
all that
remember
pain
shit.
you had. Like I think marriages, when you're done with them, in time it's like that wasn't that bad. You could do it again.
Yeah,
Then you get married.
I get that. I get that. So, do you think they're, in terms of companionship in marriage, are they the same or different? Does the standard change in terms of the commitment level for having a companion? That way you don't have to sign a
I
paper
never
of a
thought
marriage.
marriage would change someone. Then I got married,
I think it's,
and
That's what I was
it
telling
was.
her. The name, even just putting a name and basically a role to
It
that,
can come
whatever
a
that
title.
was. Yeah, a title to
It
that.
does.
It just makes it have so much more pressure. I think that's why people don't want to be in a relationship because they don't put me in a situation where it's a relationship. This is what I'm supposed to be doing, and so when I'm not doing it, that I feel some type of way about myself. I don't want
supposed to and want
Yeah, I don't want to
do it.
even have to go through that. So I just want to do what I'm doing right now.
My uncle and my aunt have been together for years. They done been through some stuff, man, I can't even begin to explain. But they, to this day, are pretty much married. In their mind, they are married. They didn't need to go down to the courthouse and do all the stuff that everybody does. Yeah, common law. And he ain't going
Common
nowhere.
sense.
Common
Yeah.
sense.
Common sense. Bitch,
Well,
what's the thing
and
I
look,
gotta do?
They done built the home together.
But
They
you
done
know
had
what? It
kids
could be
together. Our family is her family.
Texas is a community property state. A lot of people now, it's not really about the marriage. It's about what they can get from that other person. That's how a
And
lot
that's
of it
why
is.
they put it
And
on
so you get-
paper.
I've had friends. I've had these two friends. They dated for like, good lord, I would say at least 10 or 11 years, right? They had a great relationship. Everybody, they were good, and it was naturally good. Not like we're gonna put on fake in the front. You know when they weren't good. You know when they were great, right? So they get married. Everybody expected them to. We thought they'd do it sooner. They got married. Not even a year after that marriage, done, split, and they haven't spoken to each other in 10 years.
I went to a wedding just like that.
Done.
I
I'm
went to a
like, what the hell happened?
Lisa says the talking is real today.
She also, she
Lisa,
got,
Lisa, come on.
Well, let's get back to what do you expect in dating? Like, what do you expect out of dating?
Just like the golden rule, treat me like you want to be treated. Let's start there first.
Yeah.
okay.
It's so simple.
That's probably you. That's really not.
Communicating, like,
That's really not me.
what do you mean? You know,
Well, listen to me.
in terms of treat me like you want to be treated?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's treat me like you want to be treated, but he can't treat me how I'm going to treat him. Treat me like you want to be treated, but not how, because I'm a person, and I'm going to bring something to the table that you can't bring. You understand? And so there in return, what I want from you is not so much what I'm giving you, it's what I need from you. You understand? And that's what it is. And we have that conversation. I have that conversation with somebody that we are talking about getting into some type of relationship with. For one, you gotta have a job or income or whatever. And I'm older now. I'm older. I'm not young like this. So
Put a camera away. How old are you? What's your age out there, girl?
She's a lady.
How old is this
She
chocolate
said,
over here?
how young are you? Like,
I'm 52, baby.
She's a young
52,
one.
and I can go. And that's why I generally, naturally like older men. But older men, if I'm 52, they're going to be 56, 57, 60, 65. And normally a lot of older men don't take care of themselves. So I'm left like pushing the wheelchair pretty much. And I don't really mind. Let me tell you like this, y'all. I'm talking this right now, but really with me, it's about what's inside that person. It really, really is. This is just what I'm talking right now. But when you get down to it, if you are genuine in what you do and how you love and how you treat someone, it don't matter. You could be fat, white, short, and it's that. I have my preference of what I like when I say, God damn, you look hard. You know what I'm saying? But that's all that means to me. You can't do shit to me.
I love a guy who can make me laugh. If you make me laugh, you can look like the back end of a dog, and I'll just be like, you're the best. You're the best.
Okay, I'm gonna call bullshit on that.
I am still attracted to my ex-husband, the second one. Okay. And I spoke to him last night.
Ew, let me tag him.
And hey, look, I'm looking at this man.
What's your husband's name?
I ain't telling you. Do your homework.
Let me tag your mom.
But when I look at the very reason that I fell for him is the very reason that whenever I see him, I'm just like,
what? I mean, what's the thing that made you fall for?
It's a facial feature. He has salt and pepper hair, but he's a handsome guy. Don't get me wrong now. And plus, he stays in the gym. He's very physically fit. I ain't gonna put the business.
But see,
what a minute about.
But he's good to me in bed or whatever when we were doing that and everything. But I mean, I remember all of that, and the time with him wasn't all bad.
Of course,
But
it's never all bad.
But you remember him as he was.
I remember him as he
You
was,
remember how you felt
to this day, he's changed and matured a whole lot more than when we were together then. Now, if I had to get in the car and go take a spin again, it would probably be.
But let me ask you. Okay, so y'all didn't end on bad terms. Is that why you would revisit that?
That's right.
But some would say that people were in the past for a reason, leave them in the past and just move forward.
But if immaturity was the reason, then and if it's been achieved at this point, then
It makes sense.
He's older. I'm older. I've did things and after him or whatever. He's done things and
So you feel
and
like
we're both
be better
single.
now?
We're both single.
oh, she put it out there. Can you please get him tag him?
We're both single.
Ex-husband of hers.
Number two. Ex-husband number two. Right here.
Hey, Mr. Horn, get on the
She
horn.
walked behind with the door number two, baby. Door number two.
Big door number 2, my lord.
Lisa says, say it again. The older man has almost switched roles with the woman.
Yes.
Okay, what do you mean? Because I was kind of...
The older men have almost switched roles.
I'm just not
What?
the older men.
I love older men.
That's all I like.
I love older men. Oh my God.
It's like I feel like there's a maturity gap. Like, cause I'm mature for my age, I feel like anybody younger than me is a maturity gap, and I can't.
And I'm gonna tell you
vibe with
something.
you like that.
These younger guys doing shit different in the street these days. These younger guys is doing crazy shit. And I believe this is just what I've kind of come to see. I believe that they've been fucked in the head, mind fucked so much into believing that they have to be super this and so much and much of that in order to get that look on the street or get that reputation on the street, they will do whatever it takes to get that.
And be
fake. That's what I'm saying. When I say do whatever, I'm talking about to the point I heard you. I believe, I'm going to tell you this is what's going on. They will drug you or drug themselves to be Big Daddy Dick Sling. You see what I'm saying? And then they want to go and tell all their friends, 2 hours, 3 hours, this and that. But they've done this in order to look this way to these guys out there, and it's sad.
It's not
to
even
guys.
attractive.
It's so
To
weird.
guys.
Okay, so you want to sleep with me?
They are into impressing guys now and not women.
So
When they put on their coat,
Yes.
no, they do. When they get dressed, they be like, my boys gonna like this shit right here. My boys, they be hitting them up. Look.
I feel like she calling y'all guys out. She saying y'all getting dressed.
She saying, let's go.
Go ahead.
I'm telling you what it is. too. Of course, I'm not talking about 100%
right,
of men,
right.
but I'm just telling you that is true. I'm telling you, y'all, that is true. Now, women, I would never go in and try to make my sister feel bad.
Right.
I would never do that. I don't care who she is. She could have on the raggiest hoe. Believe me, I'm a vibe with her just like I vibe with the next. That's just how I am.
Women, for some reason, it's too much. It's competition.
Self-esteem.
Some women, Larry, some women dress to impress other women. I don't.
I think underlining when you get dressed up and you're deciding whether you look good enough to go out. Who are you deciding that for? For yourself, or you trying?
Me. Can I look better than I did yesterday?
You disagree?
I need to feel pretty.
It's not that I disagree with it, but I think
I
that
dress the way I
there's.
feel.
But you're still wondering if you look.
But I don't dress to impress
enough.
nobody.
Enough for
else.
what?
No,
That would be on the other person and what they are attracted to. I don't go out dressed in hopes that
we
some
know
guy
you-
gonna see. No,
You
I
know
dress
what
the way I
your dress
feel.
over is.
I dress the
She's
way I
very
feel.
conservative.
Very conservative.
Her dressing up is a pants.
Her dressing is
Exactly.
her mouth is not.
I know. She's a sailor in that
Look, I
department.
dress.
She's a muffin loaf for that.
I'm like most guys are. I just, I tell you what I want. I tell you what I like.
Yeah, Larry said you may not say it, but you're thinking it.
No, I dress in order to reflect how I want to feel. You know what I mean?
I think
On
you
how
was-
I feel. I dress to reflect how I feel. At this time, it might be very sexy. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I'm very
Or I might be tight skirt.
But at the same time, don't put your motherfucking hands on me. Don't, and I love to dance. I just feel the music. I want to dance, and I dance by myself.
Michael Stidham, I think he said, I haven't met a man yet that dresses to look good for another man. I mean, unless they're homosexual, but I haven't met a straight man that does that. What man is going to admit that?
Right.
Nobody's, like right now, I'm calling women out on doing the same thing, but no
Well, you
woman.
just said it.
Okay,
My
so
boy,
It's kind of like following the trend. You're dressing to impress another man. You're trying to fit that trend
You
so
trying
much
to
that you
outdress your boy.
You trying?
basically
I
I'm
think everybody
$200 on some
About
shoes
these
for
two
no
Nikes,
reason.
they're the best. They're the best Nikes.
Everybody does it. I don't care if it's minute. Everybody does it. But it's not something that's so much in the forefront of your mind. Like this is what I'm going to do. Unconsciously, you're doing it. You don't even realize you're doing it.
I'm glad if my man
You're
got Walmart
dressing
shoes.
to impress the female.
But you know what?
And
A
you
man
don't
will not
but what if
another man
Because
like a woman will
you want
compliment
other
a
people to
woman.
find you attractive, whether it's a man or a woman. You want to look good when you go out.
What if
Yes,
you already know you look good?
You-
What if you don't give a
listen,
fuck?
I mean, people always say that they don't give a fuck. Everybody, it's human nature to give a fuck.
Okay, but this is what I'm
But
saying.
there's levels of giving a fuck.
I don't know.
Okay, this
Because
is
you can be confident and
I'll walk out of my house in my
It doesn't take away
upright
from who
shorts,
you are.
my boots, and a tank top.
But I'm saying,
I'm comfortable
I'm
with that.
saying,
That's right. This is your
I don't give a fuck.
I'm saying it doesn't.
I'm really trying to get what she's
It doesn't take away from you as a person. I think that's what people are getting it twisted.
Yeah, you're
when
right.
I say this stuff, it's not that. Unconsciously, we all can be confident and feel like you're the sexiest thing since fucking sliced bread. Even though bread is not sexy, I'm just saying.
A little bit
But-
when I'm hungry.
But you still got
Bread
to
is
because society says this is what you gotta do or how you gotta look to look good.
But I don't get my hair
in terms of
done
dating,
because I feel
in
like
terms
I
of dating,
need to
in
go
order
get
to
my
get
hair
somebody
done.
or even somebody to be attracted to you, it's gotta be something that they saw that attracted them to you and to even go forward with the conversation. Like if I see you and I don't feel like you're attractive, then I'm not gonna take the time to even try to talk to you.
That's
So
right,
let's
Mike.
not get that shit twisted by it's not about look. It has a whole lot to do with looks because that is the first barrier to break down.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That is your.
Yeah, but
Michael
but
said
this
he know he look good.
But this is exactly I'm telling you. There's been some shit I have worn
You look good.
that was socially unacceptable.
That's one of mine.
I didn't give a fuck.
This one of yours.
No, it was socially unacceptable.
But to who?
Period.
You said
To the
society,
people,
but how do you
people,
know?
Mass.
No.
Some things you just fucking know.
Okay, but even
I mean, if you're gonna go out and if you're gonna go out with just some nipple rings on and you walk in the club with your nipple rings on and you swing, you know that that's socially unacceptable. Some shit you just know. But if you don't give a fuck, you just don't give a fuck.
But okay, there's a side where you don't give a fuck and you just wear what you want. still
conversation.
does not
It's not
negate.
dating.
I don't give a damn.
It is dating. It does have something to do with dating for the simple fact that people are visual creatures.
I want
And
to be
that's
Right.
appealing.
men
And it's
and
true.
women.
I do
So
want to be
your
appealing to
first
other
line of
people.
defense. Yeah, you want to be
I want to be
appealing.
appealing to other people, but I'm also do it for myself. But maybe 25% of that is I want to make up.
It's human nature. There's
So,
nothing wrong
let's
with
tie
it.
that to dating. Is that an important factor when you're dating?
It is an
It's
important
the first
factor.
thing that
It's
you
the
see.
first line
They
of
don't just
defense.
see your brain, your
Yeah, you
personality at the
can't say,
sidewalk.
I date that person.
She said when you're dating. She said
So-
when you're dating. That means you're already dating.
So,
But you can
if
go
I'm the type of person, y'all know what type of person I am, I dress for comfort. I don't dress for nobody else but me. So if my
That's why
t-shirt,
you ain't got no man right now.
That's
Oh!
that's fine. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm gonna tell you why I'm cool with that. I'm going to tell you why I'm cool with that. Because if I'm comfortable in what I'm in, that's, hey,
And you want,
you can wear whatever you want to wear. If that's your comfort zone, that's your comfort zone. We might combine.
but you want
Because
people to
we ain't
accept
trying to
you
dress to
for
impress
being-
nobody.
Yeah.
I'm not even that type of
You
person
want
who's trying
somebody
to
to
impress
accept
anybody.
what you are offering, but in the back of your mind, you're still gonna have that one.
Damn,
thing.
y'all say, oh, wait, she
But
ready
you
to
know
put
what?
that shit out.
No, 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 no.
There's
It's the
I'm
intent.
playing, I'm
It's the-
playing,
No,
I'm
I'm just saying,
playing.
for you haters or
Yeah,
you
yeah,
people
yeah,
wondering,
hurt my feelings at
it's the
all.
intent behind somebody. And mine was all in the.
Yeah, I've been in a situation where it was the raggediest. I've been in the raggediest, and like men couldn't stay away. You know, you go to the grocery store and you got holes in your house shoe. You know what I'm saying? And men just be like, God
I feel like
damn.
it's a confidence that you
You said it.
radiate.
I mean-
like you see me scoot a little bit closer to you. I was trying to.
Listen,
When we go back to standards as far as dating goes, okay, in terms of religion and economic status, financial status, or affiliations, is there any type of deal breakers for, like, if you're Christian and he's Catholic?
Yes.
Is that a deal
Don't
breaker?
try
Yes.
to convert me to what you don't.
Yes.
Don't Bible thump me, please don't.
But do you think that would have something to do with how they treat you, or what is it about them being a
if it
different
does,
religion?
I think it's based more on his family and his family makeup and values that he's grown up with. Her family makeup and values and what she's grown up with. Catholicism and Christian, they're on the same baseline, but they're so different. Like a Catholic will believe that only Catholics will go to heaven. That's it, right? So now most people they'll come together.
That's what I'm saying. If y'all get along well,
They'll come together
if
and the
And
whatever
parents,
matters.
but a lot
Well, just
of
don't bring
people,
your religion up to me.
a lot of people
Keep
are
that to yourself.
so hooked on what are my parents going to think? My parents aren't going to approve. Well, you know what? You're not marrying your parents.
Yeah, but you do kind of want your family to be
You want
okay
them
with
to
it because it
support,
makes it
but
more
you need to make
tumultuous.
that.
Well, maybe
You need to
when
stand
you're
up.
younger, when you get older, you don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't give a
When
fuck.
you need to
I
learn
really
to stand
don't.
up and
I
say
care.
what you
I would want to,
She
but
don't
if
like
you don't,
nobody.
I'm cool with
Yeah,
that.
right,
She
right.
don't like
Like-
anybody. Just want to
like,
say that.
you know,
Michael says depends on what they study.
well, you know, and you need to also say, hey, look, if that person, woman or man, cannot stand up for their parents and say, this is who I love, and this is gonna happen. I want you there. I want my family there. But if you're not gonna accept her, then you're not gonna accept her. But I accept her. We're gonna get married, or him and I are getting
But they
married.
still doing that to this day, though.
Yes. And so, like, if you
That's
can't do that and say, this is who I love and this is who I'm gonna marry, then you're never gonna stand up for that person in life.
But,
And I can't
it's
be with you.
but-
You can't stand up
but
to your own.
instead of it being
background.
so like that, what about you just trying to respect and value what your family brings to? Because at the end of the day, if that person goes away, their family's still there. So it's like there has to be some type of compromise.
I think
and-
some people.
So I gotta leave who I'm with because you.
No, I'm not saying. I mean,
You know, that's a lot of the time the reason why people don't go around their family because they're not accepting of their mate and
Yeah.
stuff. So my thing is, be with who you're gonna be with. Screw all that other stuff.
It's like I want to have a relationship. I'm not gonna compromise what we already have going on because you're not laying down with my family. You're laying down with me. Now I would like for them to like you. You gonna come around, so they might want to get used to it. They ain't gotta like you. They can talk about you when they leave.
but having religious differences, if it does not hinder or impact
the relationship, then
the
it's not that big of a deal.
is it not a big deal, or is that still a deal breaker because you guys?
It
Well,
is not a big deal.
what if I don't practice that? I just believe what I believe.
We can compromise. Like, okay, say you have Kwanzaa, whatever it's Jewish holiday is, I don't know, but
It's African American.
one of those, I don't know. I'll say, so you have Kwanzaa and then whatever the Jewish one is, whatever that is. Okay, we can compromise. Some holidays we can do it your way. Some holidays we can do it our way. Maybe we can integrate the two. I'm not gonna just push away what you believe in to press on you what I believe in. I expect you not to do the same to me. Everything but an atheist, because atheists, I'm a still person. So you want the door.
Just to make it.
You know, but other than that, I mean, there's nothing wrong. Let's integrate it.
Okay.
So why wouldn't you date an atheist?
I don't think she don't.
Yeah,
I don't think
that
she
would be
really.
awkward for me.
I don't think she really knows what atheist means.
You don't really.
She doesn't really know. That's what people
That's
say,
all
but
I
that's
know.
not what that means.
No.
What is don't
Educate me.
That's
Educate me.
that's
famous.
topic for
That's
another.
another
Okay,
thing.
so
When the camera goes off, educate.
let's do.
Bro,
on the flip side.
it's just a matter of
If
taking
your
what I've been
family
learning.
does not like your spouse at all, period, is that a deal breaker? Like for real? Because you're close with your family. Like you're really.
I think
close
if
with
you're very close with your family and you've brought a female one, and I brought a man home to a family that I'm close to. We've had these great conversations. We're open with we're honest with each other. We grow together pretty much as a family. And I bring this man around, and all of a sudden I'm seeing my mom. She's nice and cordial to him, and when he's gone and it's me and her talking, she's down and I'm going to see something. Some red flags you don't see because you don't want to. Those outside of you can see them. I'm not saying that you need to believe in everybody and don't believe in what you have, because sometimes that is reversed. But you definitely need to be like, these people are not going to lead me astray because they've been through stuff with me and they've helped and guided
But
me.
could that be they're jaded from their previous experiences?
It could be, but
forcing that on
you know what? You can take what they're going to give you in consideration. You can make your own observation from what they saw and be like, well, that's not how I see it. But are you saying that's not how you see it because you don't want to see that in that person?
Do you make a note of it? You respect it. You
Yeah.
make a note of it, but you're not going.
I respect your opinion, and I respect that you're coming at me, and because you don't want me to be hurt.
You don't think it
A
makes
lot
it
of people
harder?
that lost their Mr. Right because of how somebody else felt.
Well, there has been a time. Let me tell you something. Now, I'm gonna tell you what you don't want to give up is good dick. I'm telling you,
Good dick.
good dick. No. I mean, seriously, somebody can come and tell you something, but and y'all, I'm just putting it like this. I'm just putting it like that. What I'm saying is the relationship is going good and this and that. So this happened to me before. So I was dating this guy and the relationship was going good and all that, and it was good. But it was the relationship was going good. It just wasn't good dick. So what happened was this guy, this man, he was like, ooh, he was like, baby, let me tell you something. That man right there, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. You don't want to do that, and I was like, no. He said, I was like, you sure? No, you're wrong. He was like, baby, look.
Pull the computer cord.
I know what I'm talking about. He said, you're looking at him through rose-colored glasses. He said, but I'm telling you, he said, do not forfeit your blessings for this guy. Don't forfeit the rest of your life for this guy. He told me what he saw. I didn't see none of that. But let me tell you something. And I was like so into this guy. Oh my gosh. And it was good. You see what I'm saying? So there was no reason. There was no reason for me to quit him. But when this guy, I just listened to him and I was like, this guy's not trying to tell me something that's wrong. So what I did was I slowly started to put space between me and this guy. Slowly. All of a sudden, things he said didn't matter so much to me. Things he did didn't matter so much to me. Then when he did this one thing, it was the deal breaker, but I was able to walk away easier because I had already started to put space between he and I. Now, what I found out after I was able to look at him on the outside, that everything that man told me was true. This guy was doing this, and he was doing everything that man told me was true. So it is true. Sometimes, I was like,
it just depends on how you take it and how you're able to look at it and then deal with it.
Yeah, but just live your best life while you can, girl. Just do it up. If you're already in it, just do it up.
Safely.
Well, if you're with somebody and you feel in your mind, this, yo, we have to, now let's start using common sense for ourselves. Let's start at some point, and especially as we get older, let's start looking at it how it is and go, this motherfucker ain't no good. He may be good to me, but he ain't good for me. Let's just start doing it. By the time we realize that, make your exit plan. Make your motherfucking exit plan.
Have an exit, buddy.
Just don't
Make your exit plan.
Just don't be
Let me put this disclaimer out there again. You are vibing with the ladies of DW 2.0, The Rise of a Broken Woman. And I am LaWanda.
I'm Dee Dee.
I'm Hope.
Alisa.
And I'm gonna use my other name, Vicky J.
She's looking, so if you got some potential bachelors,
But JJ. It's Vicky but JJ on Instagram.
and we are talking about dating in this new millennium. We done gone over so many topics, but let me ask you, because you said something about you don't want to drop some good dick. Is your partner being horrible in bed a deal breaker for a relationship, or this person you're dating?
I'm on the track.
If they suck, or
That's like a thing that you got to have.
Dude, it's a
We get in the
prerequisite.
bed.
It's like we
got
got
Well,
no, they
I'll
don't like
fix that.
no
I'll fix
touching
it
and
all right
teasing and
now.
stuff like
If
that.
I ain't telling you, baby, while we got company, let's go get a quickie in the bedroom. Hey,
Well, let me clear it up right now. Like,
you have
everybody has their own language of love. And for me, it's sex. Like, I like the intimacy. It makes me
but
feel
you
like
can be
we're close.
intimate without sex.
Yeah,
If your
intimacy
sex is
has
good
nothing
for
to do
me-
with sex for me.
But for me, it does.
Intimacy
It does.
has nothing to do with
And like,
sex.
sex is my language of love. And if it's bad and I'm not feeling a connection, our souls aren't connecting through, what I like to be validated through and sexually,
It could have been that you
It
went
puts
into
me off.
the situation completely wrong with different ideals or the wrong ideals of who this person was.
Could be.
Because I think intimacy can be completely psychological.
and I think intimacy is
like
different for each person.
even if the sex is bad, because you hyped up in your mind who this person was, I think that can determine whether it's good or bad.
Where the sex wasn't good, but being with the person
What
was
meant more to you?
worthwhile. Yeah.
To me, it's not all about sex. Because I mean, I don't.
I've been in that situation, y'all, and let me I want to put a disclaimer here, because seriously, when I said that when they got the dick is good, the dick is good, understand, the dick can't be good if the pussy ain't wet. The pussy can't be wet if the mind ain't stimulated.
That's right.
So it goes back to
Levels to this.
what, you understand? It goes back to what, so I said that because I put it like that because that's what you all can understand. But understand, y'all, it ain't really about the dick being good that I'm going to stay in a situation. It's about mentally how we get along, how you treat me, how you take care of me, because you got to take care of me. It's a prerequisite for me. You have to take care of me because I know what my value is.
Yes.
I know what you're going to get out the deal. You see what I'm saying? You got to take care of me. It's not that I need you to take care of me because I'm doing all right by myself.
Right.
I guarantee you
I was breathing.
my cars are good, bills are good, house paid for, cars paid for. You understand what I'm saying? So when you come in, you got to take care of me or you ain't coming in. That's what makes me feel safe.
I
It
think
makes me
it's
feel safe and
the
comfortable.
words that people are using that may come around. Like you have to take care of me. Because then the guy's like, well, shoot, do you want me or do you just want somebody who's going to take care of you and you're not wanting me? So
But understand what I said. I'm already taking care of myself. So it ain't that I need you.
even though they know that,
This is not like I need you. I don't need you to take care of me. But this is my safe zone. This is what makes me feel safe. This is what makes me feel love. It's my language of love. But see, what I bring back to the table, is going to be something money cannot buy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I know my value. Period. It's what it is.
all right. So next,
That's my
do
disclaimer.
you date outside your race, and do you think that you're limiting yourself by sticking to one specific race?
I don't date outside of my race because, not that I won't, it's just that what attracts me is a dark chocolate black ass man. I just can't stand it. That's what it is. But if a white guy or a Chinese guy, if they came up and they spoke to me a certain way or whatever, if they got my attention like that and it stimulated my mind, this just hasn't happened yet. I did date this white guy who was a lawyer one time. Let me tell you something. He was so nerdy. I couldn't. You I would appreciate him more now. That was a while ago. I think I would appreciate, because let me tell you what, that man flew to Atlanta, so it got the room, got the car and everything, so to be ready when I did fly there. I said I need to be there on the 15th. He said, well, I'm going on the 14th. So I can get everything. You see what I'm saying? I would appreciate it so everything can be set up.
I don't discriminate. I just happen to be attracted to black guys.
That's me.
But I don't really care. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
She attracted to the brothers too.
But a nice tall white guy with some bow legs is like some blue came on and he was chewing on a piece of straw and had a big old cowboy hat on. I was like, come here, girl.
Okay, so do you feel like they have to be have a certain type of swag or a certain type of
I don't know. I'm attracted to different guys for different reasons.
I don't discriminate, but
I'm attracted to different guys for different reasons.
my baby?
I like nerdy guys. I like country boys. I like Puerto Rican guys, Asian guys,
So
black
it
guys.
depends on their own personal swag. How their own confidence.
They could be super nerdy, or they could be kind of thuggish, or they could be, very conservative like that, or they could be wild and like a sex pirate, but. There's always something to someone individual that I'm sparked to, and when I'm sparked to that, then I'm them. I'm
So
all
it doesn't
focused.
matter for you.
There's
I don't know if y'all can tell, but she's white. I don't know if the camera. I don't know if the camera is really showing her. She's really black, but she just look light skinned on here. No, so if the guy was real pro-black, people, that type of, would you date somebody?
Well, I don't think someone who's like that would date somebody outside of their race. I really don't.
So do you feel like you be conscious and still date outside your race?
I think you can.
But he's pro-black.
But because you're pro-black does not mean you're anti anything else.
Exactly.
So the people in the back.
I think they can. I think they can have, relationships with people
You'll
outside
be
of
right
their
there
race.
selling bean pies with them.
I just have never been on that whole vibe of, you have to be from my race and you have to look a certain way. There'll be 10 guys that walk by, and there's gonna be, and they could be of all races. Somebody's gonna catch my eye, and it may not be a white guy, it may not be a black guy, it may not be a Puerto Rican guy, it could be an Asian guy.
It has to be. If he's gonna be white, if he's gonna be non-black, I need him to have a certain type of disposition.
I do know that I'm really attracted.
That's like,
I'm really attracted to guys who have a little bit of thug in them.
you know what? I was not.
I think that's the security part that comes with it. Because I always say, I want a man, but a man, I gotta have a little thug in my man, but not a little man in a thug. You can't be 90% thug and 10% man. You gotta be all this man. You gotta have a little thug in you, know what I'm saying? Let's be like, he's like, what? I ain't wrong. I need you to be able to stand with your legs open and plant your feet, stand with your... Look, I need a man that when he sit down, look, when the man sit down, he's supposed to sit with his legs open. No, what it means is he's just taking his space, and he don't want to rub legs with the man next to him. Two men sitting there scared of their legs touching, they ain't no real man. You don't... Two men that sit together, their legs touch. That's why men sit like this, they marking their spots. Like, no, ain't no legs rubbing together. No.
I mean,
That's just how it is.
maybe you know how
That's just my type of man.
events, the
It might be
chairs are
good.
close together and you match them.
Look,
Yes,
I witnessed a man. He was another man right there at the Plaza Center or whatever. Ain't a lot of space. The only one chair is open. He took his chair. He moved it before he would sit to that close.
I've seen that
I'm just saying.
At the beginning, I've seen that
Moving that chair so
I'm just
fast.
saying.
I said,
Why is there this homophobic
It's
ideology?
not
You know why? It's not homophobic. Let me tell you
They're
something.
marking their space.
No,
But I'm saying,
it's not just homophobic. I know I got I have very good gay guy friends, and their partners are people that you never knew was gay.
They look like Denzel Washington, but they're
It ain't just that they look like, it's what they perceive and what they show everybody. But as soon as your back turn, whatever, they calling that dude up or they at that. I'm telling you.
Lawyers,
so it's somebody
doctors,
right next to you.
judges.
You think he cool, y'all do, and they be like, y'all do, what's up? You know, and then they touch a legs. They touch a leg, and that man turn around and call him, inbox him, and all that. Bitch, don't play with me. I'm telling you. This is what I'm trying to tell you. When they do this, they saying, give me some.
I don't be thinking.
Okay, I learned that from men.
We didn't like touching the show. I mean, it's not that you like it or whatever, but we're comfortable as women.
That's because women are
cool with that.
Touchy feeling.
I'm
Women,
just
like
saying
at
how
the
it
club,
is.
if you're at a club or whatever, women are good for, especially when you're dancing with them. They like to rub them on
I
your
get
back. Oh my
this.
God, where'd you get that big butt from? Oh my God,
I get this a lot when you go to the bathroom. The drunken compliment. Girl, you're so pretty. You're so pretty.
You're so fucking
Let me touch your
beautiful.
boobs.
You're so fucking beautiful.
touch them.
That's how
You
it
know
is.
what?
You're so fucking beautiful.
This female, I'm still friends with her now. My husband used to hate because she used to always say something about my butt. She was always touching it. And he just hated that. And I almost felt like I had to just be okay with it because it seemed like something that women just do.
Yeah.
Like when guys play basketball, they give each other on the butt. And it's just for, what?
It's just camaraderie.
Yeah. So why is it, I'm fine with a female touch. It's not like I'm trying to smash her or anything. So I don't have a problem with that. But if a man touches another man outside of sports, it's perceived that he's gay. Why?
I think we're more secure in our sexuality than men are. Seems like that.
You think so?
It seems
I
like
think
it.
so, yeah.
Because a woman can
I
come
don't
to me and
know.
say,
I've never
"You
been
are
a man
so
before, so I don't know.
I
don't know what they-
You're right. I can't really speak on
I
man
don't know,
line.
yeah.
I think men are just brought up to be made to feel uncomfortable in those situations.
Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of men who are brought up, you know, we have to look past, you know, some people are like, if anybody touches you in the wrong way, because I know I've taught that to my son, anybody touches you in the wrong way, and you're not comfortable with it, you can come talk to me. So I think men kind of hold on to that, and they're thinking, another man touches me in any way that it makes me uncomfortable.
Because
is that gay?
I guess because men are such hunters,
Yes.
and you know they're such
They're
they're
going
going after. Yeah. So I guess if I under those notions, I would think that he's going after me. He's touching me. Let's sit together.
He's trying to hunt.
If you think about
He's
it,
trying to hunt.
if you think about it, what two men do this?
Right.
What two men?
We do it all the time.
do it.
I don't see men.
We can do this. We be able to like
Yeah, we
You know what I'm saying? We gonna do it. Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
are
mean,
more
but
secure.
Two dudes ain't gonna do
Okay.
that.
So, I think that everyone likes a little drama in their relationships. When things are perfect, people will question its authenticity.
Oh.
Why is that?
Yes.
Especially in terms of past relationships or whatever. So, if you know, I saw a video. Y'all probably saw it. And the girl, she had the long hair or whatever, long weave, and she was talking about how she wants a guy, like when they're having sex, she wants him to punch her in the face and pull her hair and choke her. And if he's not like making her head go through the headboard, then he's not a real man, that type. And so if you have women that think like
And that's what she
that,
likes.
that's why I say a little drama.
We
Some
have
women,
video.
That ain't no drama. That's not
but
drama.
listen to her, that's sexy.
That's a.
But that's not drama.
No.
You can't say that's
No, for
drama.
her, that is what she needs. That is her preference. That's what she wanted. To her, that.
But no, that's
to
called
me,
rough.
that's drama.
That's rough sex.
That's rough sex.
No, that's rough
Punch me in
sex.
my eyes if you want to.
That's rough sex.
911.
That's
I think.
But there's limitations to that shit now.
When-
Goddamn, we gotta have some safe words.
I like
Because we ain't gonna choke me in my ass.
Okay, let me answer
You punched me in my ass on
There's no safe. It's already done.
Okay.
When my relationship is quiet and things are perfect, it scares the shit out of me.
Hey, brother! Y'all, my brother is watching.
It's getting
Say,
me.
Hey, brother.
I think that's what
It makes me so scared that something is about to drop from the sky and just tear my heart out. And that's why that's how I used to think in my relationship. Like I
Wait
say,
for
I
the
feel
other
I'm
shoe to
like,
drop type.
we're doing so good. What am I about to find out about him? What am I about to see about him? But you know, that's how I used to be, and that's one of the things that I had to learn to take care of with myself. But you know, stop waiting for it. It's just like my grandma used to say, if you go looking for something on a
You
man,
gonna find it.
you're gonna find it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. Depends on. Keep your eyes open these days. I'm just saying.
It just when
Keep
it's
your eyes
quiet,
open. I'd rather face the truth and deal with the truth
head on.
than and at least let me have the opportunity of dealing with the truth than to be kept in the dark, find out later.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Now I got AIDS, you know, because he was sleeping with this dude, or he got a whole wife and kids, and we've been together 20 years, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If it's something, I'm going to look. I sure am. And if I come up with nothing, cool. But guess what? If I come up with something, cool too. Now I'm looking at it. I ain't even gonna come in. But one thing I tell them, your secret is our secret. Because once I find out that you've lied to me, I can keep that secret that you kept from me. But now the secret is this shit being played right back around.
And I think people like drama because it's noise. It's noise in your relationship. So you're talking and you're at each other and you're at each other. There's not that quiet of like, what's going on?
No,
That's how I felt. That's how let me rephrase that.
We didn't argue.
Let me rephrase that. That's for
It was
me.
like
When there was drama and there was chaos in my relationship, I felt more secure. But I've always been like that. In chaos, I've always felt like.
Because once you get over, it's kind of like winning.
I feel like, I think I've always fared better in a chaotic situation than in a quiet situation. I think that's because of how I was raised in a very chaotic situation. So when there's not chaos, when there used to be, when there's not chaos in my life, I feel confused and conflicted and kind of scared. That's how I used to be. Now I've learned that quietness and that calmness and that stillness, that's peace. You want that. You don't want that chaos.
you're working towards the peaceful side.
But my youth taught me that chaos is where you thrive.
Well, that was what was normal to you, and you want what was normal.
Yeah,
I
so if there wasn't
that.
peace and love and understanding and compassion, I felt like.
But why does it always feel like something's wrong just because the guy don't argue, you don't argue, man?
For me, that's how it felt. For me,
I think
That's what I need now.
Because that's what was normal.
That was normal for me. That's what I thought love in a
That's a lot of
relationship was. And so until I got
Because you know how some women say if they don't hit me, if they don't beat me, then they don't love me and stuff like that. You know, so I guess it just depends on what people think.
Now I've learned to live better in that silence and crave that chaos.
Yeah. The final thing, breakups. Are you when you break up? Are you the type to like bleach clothes and like key cards, or are you just say, you know what?
I'm the kind of person if we've been in a relationship and we break up and that relationship was going, or I thought it was going other places, together, I'm just an emotional wreck. But I need to do that to heal myself and get through it.
Is it better to have a mutual breakup, or you feel like you have to control it?
I've been in a relationship where we both were like, this has become a friendship more than it's become a partnership, and I'm not getting out of you what I feel like I need, and I know I'm not giving you what I think you need. And we ended it, and it was fine. It was just like, okay. It was good. But and then you guys have been there to witness the worst breakup I've ever had in my life, and how I was just on the floor begging for God to heal my heart. And that's the worst kind of breakup you can go through, because if that other person wants to, they can string you along for a year.
Yeah, people do that even without it being a breakup, even in just a regular dating situation. Where that's why when it comes to men and women, men think so differently than women do in the details of this situation.
Yeah.
When you say they string you along, what do you mean?
Let me give you an example. We're not broken up. We're just separated, working on ourselves so we can work on our relationship better.
But he got somebody else.
And he knows, knowing that my heart was so into him, and he knew that, and I think he kind of, because he doesn't like confrontation, he didn't want to come out and say it because he didn't want me to cry in front of him. Remember when he said, I have to go, I can't watch you pack and leave because you're crying and it's hurting my heart. So he left. And if I was in my right frame of mind, I would have been like, sit your ass down. You're going to watch me go through this so you know what you've done.
Why though? Seems like it would have just made it worse for you.
Why? To me, I think
I wouldn't have left my own house.
I think in your mind you would say, this is going to hurt you, and I want you to hurt the way that you feel.
And at that time, not anymore. I think now if I had to go through a breakup, it would just be like, let me reassess what, I should have saw coming. But I think at the time, I wanted that hurt and that pain that I felt within me, I wanted him to see that and feel it. And I wanted him to swim. I wanted him to swim in that fishbowl till his fingers got
But
pruny.
what if they don't care?
Yeah.
You know what? And I had to come to realize this, that nobody owes you anything.
Exactly.
I had to come to that, and that for me was the hardest lesson in my entire life, is that nobody owes you anything, no matter, and people can be with you for many, many years, and that does not mean that they're going to be your husband.
So why do you even like keys and cars?
I just can't do that because
I don't want nobody to do that to me.
yeah,
I wouldn't do it.
and because a part of me still cares
I'm
so
just like,
deeply. I just can't do
I think
it.
it just doesn't
keep
make
telling myself I
sense.
don't care, so that is either.
I needed to heal me.
What is it gonna do to keep a car?
It's not
I
going
guess-
to heal me.
Let's ask the people who. Which one of y'all be out there, Ken? Your
I know,
man,
crazy
Star,
women
your
are out
man?
there.
No,
What about the ones that key the car and then go back and get it painted?
No! What the hell? You pay the money, you probably pay the phone like
It
what?
caused the damage, and then the one that caused the damage goes.
I'm sorry, baby.
Yeah, I'm trying. And you burn the clothes, but you go.
I just
Go buy all of them.
Yeah, what's the point of that? I mean,
Yeah.
but we want to thank y'all for tuning in with the ladies of DW 2.0, the Rise of a Broken Woman, and our special guest. Make sure that you guys like and follow us. Share with your friends our Facebook page. We do have two. We have DW 2.0, the Rise of a Broken Woman.
Oh.
And we have Dhat'z 2.0 LLC, as well as Instagram and
Let's do a group hug.
and YouTube.
Like, share,
So,
subscribe to our
like,
channel.
share, just
The link is
subscribe.
down below. However,
Do that. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. Next week we will be speaking on domestic violence.
No.
It's not
Next week
It's
is a bye
October
week.
20th. So the 13th is a bye week. We will not be in the building or in the house on the couch. Not none of that. So October 20th will be our topic on domestic violence. So definitely tune in. And what is our guest?
Mrs. Gilmore from Domestic Violence Downtown Cleveland.
So we're gonna do a group hug as we go. And so
Sisterly love. This is what I'm about.
being a friend. Back again. God is true. A pal and a comforter. And if you do a party, if you invited everyone, you want something.